Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce our co-host for today's event, Nancy Matthews. Nancy is a globally recognized entrepreneur, leadership mentor, and founder of a worldwide community known as Women's Prosperity Network, and have served more than 100,000 members. A successful business owner for over 25 years, Nancy Matthews is known as the visionary with guts, empowering entrepreneurs through her mentorship and coaching programs. Nancy turns followers into leaders. Nancy is also a multiple best-selling author, creator of more than 30 plus courses, and she is an in-demand high-performance business coach and consultant. It is my honor to introduce to you my coach of over a decade and a phenomenal leader, and our co-host for today's event, Nancy Matthews, to the platform.
Oh my goodness. Dr. Pat. Whew, that was the most extraordinary introduction I've ever had. I want to thank you for taking the time to put that together, and seeing me in the light that you do. I am here to serve. I am here to support people, being the one that their ideal clients need and supporting that in any way. And Dr. Pat, we know she's a powerhouse. Yes, yes, yes. Can I get, amen and hallelujah, because she is a powerhouse, giving a platform, giving a place, and giving positioning to each and every one of you to step up, to stand out, to be visible, so that your message increases, your impact increases, and so does your income. I am privileged to be here today and share the platform with Dr. Pat, her team, and all of you. And we are in for an extraordinary afternoon of inspiration, education, and upliftment. In these very interesting times, we are the leaders who get to set the pace for what happens next. So I acknowledge all of you for showing up in that space. I want to bring to the stage Dr. Patricia Rogers. As she mentioned, we've known each other for well over 10 years, have worked very closely together. We are on similar missions where people are the most important thing. Because you know what Dr. Pat says, people need people. That's right. That's what we're here for. So without any delay, let's go ahead and welcome Dr. Patricia Rogers.
A wise woman creates more opportunities than she finds. A phenomenon, an icon, the lady in red. Her mission, the #1 sought-out virtual event coordinator who sets a platform for entrepreneurs to be seen and heard so that they can achieve even more wealth. This speaker grew up in sunny South Florida, the last of 8 siblings, 12-year veteran of the armed forces, class leader of 43 recruits, earned a BS from St. Thomas University, Bachelor Award nominee out of 132,000 employees countywide. She trained thousands to excel in their careers. Retired correctional lieutenant after 29 years of service. Transitioned from CO to CEO. Mentored by the finest leaders. And she is a visibility strategist. International best-selling author. International public speaker. Recipient of a Business Icon Award. The Gene Lynch Lifetime Achievement Award. Uncommon Leadership Award. 100 Successful Women in Business Award. The Shining Star Award, the Women of Achievement Award, known as the Networking Queen, and host of events that rock. The speaker is a member of various organizations. She is known as Miss Powerhouse. This speaker is inspirational and energetic. She will inspire you to get up, suit up, and show up. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the CEO of Unity in Service, where people need people. Y'all ready for this?
That is. We made it. Okay. How y'all like that introduction with our co-host, Nancy Matthews, all of our speakers? Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you to everybody who have taken time to show up. A lot of times we fill out these tickets and things happen. But you know what? It's those people who are determined to stick to the course and to attend anybody's events with intention. Trust me, you're going to get exactly what you came for. Why? Because that's how it works. And according to the Bible, Matthew 25, the Bible, God says, he says that I will give every man, stay with me, y'all. He says he's going to give everyone, every man, woman, according to your ability. So just because we set out to do a certain thing and we say that's our calling, God is watching our disciplines. He's watching us to see how we really value his gifts. Are we really preparing for the journey? We have to get up, suit up, show up. And Unity and Service job is to make sure y'all get everything y'all need. And we love making sure we send out them emails. I know some of y'all probably say, oh, she sent so many emails. But every email, every week that we send a reminder, it has the virtual background in it and it has the Zoom link. Why? Because we don't want you to feel left out in any way, shape, fashion, or form. And so therefore, we want to make sure that you have what you need. And I owe a special thank you to all of you who have actually valued this event to come and hear these amazing speakers, as well as, I can't stop smiling when I say Nancy Matthews' name, because if it wasn't for Nancy, I wouldn't be here today, y'all. I joined the WPN about in 2015. I was getting ready to retire. After 29 years in law enforcement, I was getting ready to retire. And I'm going to tell y'all this, I was afraid. I was scared. I didn't know what I was going to do. But one thing I did know what I wasn't going to do. I wasn't going back to work for anybody else and deal with the politics that were in the workplace. People who don't value my gifts, people who wanted to water me down. You know, they saw my gifts before I saw them. But when I joined WPN, I was selling Legal Shield. And that's what I thought I was going to be doing the rest of my life. It was working for me. And when I went to public speaking training after joining the Women's Prosperity Network, Nancy would call everybody up to the front. Well, what do you have? What do you have? You know, what other words, what are we selling? What do we want to give the world? And of course, I did my little spiel on Legal Shield, my little 60-second infomercial. We all had 60 seconds. I had it already down pat. When I got through doing that thing, I knew I had hit a home run. Nancy Matthews said to me, never forget it. She said, now, Legal Shield is a great company. It's an amazing company. She said, but my question to you is, what do Pat Rogers have to give? That blew me away. She never knew how that impacted me. But that word alone, and then Trish Carr came along, co-founder Trish Carr. I get 3 for the price of one. I had Susie. Oh, Susan's here today too. Susie, Nancy, and Trish are all one organization with Women's Prosperity Network, and now they spin it off with some whole lot of other great things. And yeah, so I got 3 for. We all get 3 for the price of what when you join WPN. So when Nancy said that to me, then Trish came along, and when she spoke, she talked about Napoleon Hill. And she mentioned in that book about all the good things and what it takes to get your gifts and how to discover your gifts and all of those things she was talking about. But I said, let me get that book, because I needed to know that too. So I read the book, and there's something that popped out at me in that book. And Napoleon Hill book, in Think and Grow Rich, I read it. It says that your desire must be so strong that nothing will stop you from achieving your goal. 69 registrants, 25 are here. I want to commend you all because y'all just made it to heaven. How about that? Come on, give yourself some energy. Okay, so with that, I am going to give out a few just right. That's my thank you. And then I also want to just share, and I'm going to turn it back over to Nancy. I want you all to know our events, we go right through. We don't want to break the energy. So if you have to leave for a little personal emergency, y'all know what. You're in the house, so just go ahead and do what you got to do. Just do it quietly. Close your screen. Do not put it in the chat that you're going to the whatever. Just leave this, close your screen quietly and come on back. We're going to be right here waiting when you get back. Got to get a bite to eat. We'll be right here waiting when you get back. And also, as far as it relates to the tickets, some people are on complimentary tickets. We do give to nonprofit organizations and different things of that nature. And some of our attendees get a complimentary ticket because they attended the prior event. But I want you to know that all complimentary tickets, you will receive a copy of the replay only and the chat, of course. You can download the chat from here, but you'll receive the chat. But as far as the email list, every entrepreneur on this platform knows that the email list is where the money is, it's where the relationships are, it's where everything is, because emails is just what we need, emails. And what we do is export that email list and we import it to you. So all you have to do is import it into your system. We export, you import. And for those people who want the email list that are on complimentary tickets, the link has been dropped in the chat. Just you can go ahead and submit your $15. I deserve it. We deserve it. The team deserves it. Come on, y'all, work with us today. Yeah, and just go ahead and pay for the $15 ticket. That's if you know that you're working your business and if you value emails. If you don't, then we understand. But I just want to make that an option. And then, of course, Maculata, and then there's Sandra. It's a couple of girls, Jazz. There's quite a few of us, me as well. We keep tabs of who shows up, who doesn't, well, who shows up. And so we know who's here, and we want to honor you by sending out our information that we promise 24 to 72 hours after the event. Got to give these videos time to download. All of you can feel free to drop your information in the chat, and everybody feel free to click the three dots at the top and save that chat. Save the chat if you so choose, because ours won't be going out until the video has downloaded. That's 24 to 72 hours. And so if you meet somebody, don't hesitate, save the chat, please. And of course, when speakers are speaking, feel free to show them some love by using those reaction buttons, and only post in the chat when they're speaking if they tell you to post in the chat, because when that little black button pops up, it can be distracting and you lose your train of thought. But that's just a courtesy, you know, it's not mandatory, but it's a courtesy if you would use the reactions when speakers are speaking, and then save your comments once they finish the platform. Or if they tell you to drop something in the chat, because I will, yeah, then you can drop it in the chat. Of course, that's what we're asking. And I think that's all I have for my announcements or disclaimers. So with that, thank you all again for coming. Jazz, I certainly hope you got some beautiful pictures. And there's one right there. I just gave you a beautiful smile. And we do take pictures. We do post on social media. Visibility is what has sustained unity and service. And I've learned various strategies and all of those good things. And I'm going to share some of my secrets with you today, because it's not difficult as you think. It just takes a commitment to serve. It takes a commitment and a determination to make sure that everybody knows who you are. Thank you all again for coming. Nancy, over to you. Thank you. Come on. Let's give us some energy. Come on.
Let's give Dr. Pat some energy. She's bringing it. Let's bring it right back and fill up her cup as well. So good. And so Dr. Pat, sit with me just for a moment, and then we're going to bring Grace on to do an opening prayer. My question is, how many of you are really glad I asked that question of Dr. Pat, so that she stepped into her gifts and her greatness? And look what her saying yes to her gifts and greatness created for all of you. How many of you are so happy I asked her that important question? What does Pat bring to the table? Later today, I'm going to give you a start of a training so that all of you can tap in to the power that lies within, the purpose and the passion, the mission you're here to serve. And I'm going to guess, Dr. Pat, that you're also still getting money from Legal Shield.
Oh, I am. Of course I am. And I still promote it.
That,
yes,
right? She didn't stop that. She still has that, and she's adding to it. So, you know, there's magic in these formulas and showing up in these places and getting the guidance that we're here to get. So again, I'm so honored to be here and grateful to be in this room on the platform you created, Dr. Pat. So thank you.
Awesome. And I want to say one more thing before Jazz take me off camera. I must say, oh my God, I'm so excited. I had we normally check the speakers pages and stuff like that to see who's really sharing, who's not. Yeah, we want to see who's we're active. We also give out affiliate links. But I want to say that we broke a record. Every last speaker and every participant that you saw on that little video shared this event. Some sent out email campaigns. I know Yvonne did, Nancy, Susan Winner sent out email campaigns.
Yep.
It's the same difference whether it's on your page and you send out a campaign. Campaign goes a whole heck of a lot farther because it's going to your personal network. That's a hot market. So that's even greater. And I know Holly did. She did as well. These campaigns, y'all good with them campaigns. And some people definitely, when I saw Nancy post the other day, I almost fell out the chair. I said, my coach is even sharing. So I'm just want to say God did it again. It's not about the quantity. It's about the quality of the people that we connect ourselves with. I love you all. Over to you, Nancy.
Awesome. All right. We love you, Dr. Pat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So we're in for many, many treats today. And the first thing that we want to do is give thanks and acknowledgement and create this space for this blessed afternoon together. So I want to turn it over to Grace Barkwell. Thank you, Grace.
Thank you, Nancy. Almighty God, eternal Father of the Lord Jesus Christ, we humbly come before you as our creator and sustainer, asking you to be with both speakers and attendees who are here to educate, encourage, and learn, that we may all be a blessing to one another. Be to us, Jehovah Jireh, our provider. I offer this prayer on their behalf in the name of Jesus Christ, in whom our salvation depends. Amen.
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 Thank you, Grace. That was beautiful. So with the foundation, with the protection set, with the inspiration set, with the opportunities already here for the connections and the people that you're going to get to be with today, we want to give you the opportunity to go ahead and start being with those people. And I want to acknowledge Jasmine. You are expertly sharing the screen and the spotlight. Like, let's hear it for Jasmine. Isn't she doing an amazing, amazing job? And yeah, for sure. And we're about to go into a breakout session. So I'll give you the instructions on the timing and what you'll share in your breakout session. What I'd like to do first, just for a moment, I'm going to call upon Gail Dixon to very briefly explain what the one philosophy is in terms of how they can show up for each other inside the breakout. So Gail Dixon, Jasmine, if you could spotlight Gail for me. She didn't know I was doing this. So thank you for playing.
So the one philosophy is about creating a world of mutuality where every one of us treats all the others we encounter as the one special person of the moment of our lives. And that we do that with and for each other in every encounter. It's a set of relationships that's based on integrity, honesty, clarity in values, and mutual well-being of the world. The idea is if we all act as being the one for others and seeing others as the one for us, we come together as a unit that betters all of us and that makes the world happier, healthier, more sustainable, more spiritual, more grounded, and more unified.
Woo! I could have done that so good. I mean, maybe I could, but that was perfect, my friend. So thank you.
Welcome.
So very good. All right. So we're going to go ahead and go into a breakout session. You'll have 2 minutes per person. There'll be 4 people in a group. So in your group, you want to go ahead and share where you're from, your name, of course, how you serve others. How do you show up to be the one for the clients that you serve? Like, really come in this context of being the one and how you serve your clients and humanity. And then be sure to have a link ready to drop in how people can stay in touch with you. So we're going to do these breakout sessions. It'll be for 2 minutes per person, and there should be groups of aiming for four to five per group. So it's a total of 10 minutes. When you get in your room, somebody be the timekeeper, because you're going to get in, start right away. 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. So please respect your other partners and stay within the time frames. Can I get a yes, yes, yes? We're all in. We're going to play together, be the ones for each other. All right, Jasmine. Yeah, beautiful. Jasmine is setting a timer, and there is a timer up in I think it's the right-hand corner of your screen that's counting to the 10-minute mark. So Jasmine, we all set? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, good. So let's go ahead. Head into your groups. We'll see you back here in 10 minutes. Check. Do you want to pause the recording, Jasmine?
Yes, I can. It's on.
All right, all right. Welcome back, everyone. So happy to see you all. Oh, look at all these beautiful souls. Yvonne Jones, what?
Hey,
I get to
Nancy.
see beautiful. It's lovely to see you. Christine Myers is in the house. So many of my friends I haven't seen in a while. What a joy for me. We're going to bring on our next speaker, Dr. Katisha Pitts, in just a moment, but I want to hear one or two takeaways from your breakout. Who wants to share who you met? What was exciting? How was it? Tell me something good. How about Christine Best, who must have the best?
Well, I was impressed with, I can't remember her name, but she's from France, and she helps transform people's lives in a very nice location in a beautiful French area.
Let me speak Dr. Madge.
Madge, that's it,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you. I put the spotlight on you. So a great entrepreneur is ready to speak up, stand up, and show up. So well done, Christine. Who else? One more person, share something from your breakout session that you found interesting, inspiring. Who's going to share?
I'll share. I always
Awesome, Jackie.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jackie Primrose. And I'm also very impressed with Gail Dixon. I like that she is working with expressing hearts and helping people to have a voice and how to express that voice. And I really could use her. I hope to partner with her at some point. And then I'm also impressed with Yolanda Only, who is out there doing very powerful things. And she has an event coming up in October that I think we all should try to support her for. She's helping people with legal and real estate and lots of other things. And I think she's a connector, which I like about her. So I also like everyone in our group, Yvonne Jones, Simone, and Marvelous. So thank you all for everything that you contribute.
Jackie, thank you for being the one to shine the light on all the people in your group. That was fantastic. And we're going to have a couple more breakout sessions today. So you're going to get the opportunity to connect with many, many people here as you learn and grow and take your lives to the next level through the amazing lineup of speakers that Dr. Pat has assembled for you. Our next speaker is Dr. Katisha Pitts, and she is going to be sharing for 15 minutes about health stewardship. Let me welcome to the stage.
I need to cut in. I'm sorry. I try not to do that, but I have to. You guys are looking really beautiful. Wave your hand. I'm taking some pictures, Jazz. This is a perfect platform. Wave your hand in the air like you just don't care. Come on. That's my photo right there. That's it. Smile, smile, smile. There it is. Awesome. Over to you, Nancy.
That is great. Don't you love that? Okay. Dr. Katisha, are you in the house? Where are
I'm
you?
here.
All right, beautiful. So, Jasmine will go ahead and spotlight you. You'll have 15 minutes to share and teach us about health stewardship.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna share my screen. Hopefully, can everybody see the screen?
Looks great.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Uh-oh. Sorry, it's getting smaller and then larger. All right, here we go. So thank everybody for coming today. My name is Dr. Katisha Johnson Pitt, and I am the founder of the Gardener's Prescription. I consider myself the pharmacist changing the prescription conversation. I believe that a prescription may be part of your plan, but it certainly does not have to be your entire future. And so today, what I'm going to be talking to you about is what I consider to be health stewardship. I think a lot of times we think about stewardship over our finances and other areas of our lives, but health stewardship is also very important for us if we want to continue on our health and wealth progress. And with that, I want to just start off, if I can, with a breathing exercise that I like to do with people, just so that we all kind of come into alignment and kind of clear our thoughts, clear our minds, and get on one accord. So hopefully everybody's sitting, nobody's standing. So if you wouldn't mind just putting your feet flat on the floor, and then just let your shoulders relax, neck relax, let your stomach relax, your legs. And if you want to, you can close your eyes, depending on how comfortable you feel with that. And as you close your eyes or keep them open, I want you just to think about something that within the past, 24 hours that you really enjoyed doing. And just concentrate on that for a few minutes or a few seconds. And then as we do that, I want you to breathe in for a count of 4. And I want you to hold that breath for 2 seconds. And then breathe out for a count of 6. And when you breathe out, be sure just to empty everything out of you. Breathe all the way out so that your stomach is empty. And then breathe in again for a count of 4. Hold for a count of 2. And then breathe out for a count of 6. Continuing to hold that picture in your mind. Breathe in for 4. Hold for 2. And then breathe out for 6. Now open your eyes. And this is where we begin our conversation. So, becoming a better gardener of the body you've been given. I like to think of the body as a garden, and all of our organs are a garden that we actually take time each and every day, or we should be taking each and every day to help govern over, to help grow it, to help it become stronger. And through the Gardener Prescription Framework, we teach people how to do this better, especially if you're on prescription medications, which sometimes people don't know how those medications may be affecting their body, or it may be affecting the way that you feel.
So every day you plant something, and every choice grows something, and every habit becomes a harvest. So if you look on one side, you have a garden that is flourishing, but then on the other side, you have a garden that needs some work done. That's the same thing that happens in your body. So some parts of your body may be flourishing, or other parts of your body may be drying up a little bit. But every day we plant something. We plant a thought, we plant food in our body, we plant medications in our body, and each thing that we're doing is going to grow something in each and every organ of our body. And every day that you do the same thing over and over and over again, that's what we call a habit. And each habit is going to reap a harvest no matter what. And you have the opportunity to choose if you want to reap a harvest that is flourishing, that has plenty of fruits and vegetables and flowers, or if you're going to reap a harvest that's not flourishing. And that's when we see disease and inflammation and the things stress and anxiety show up. So every day we have to make a choice. So what normally happens in our body is that first your body will whisper. And this may be something like you get up in the morning and you're still feeling tired after you had a night's sleep, 6, 7 hours of sleep. You wake up, you're still tired, and you're like, oh, well, I'll just push on. Everything's okay. I just didn't get enough sleep that night, or maybe I ate too much the night before. Then after it whispers, it starts to give you little signals to yourself. It may be a stomach ache. It may be a headache. It may be brain fog. Any of those things could be signals. After the signals, you start having some symptoms. And when we talk about symptoms, that's you go to the doctor and your labs are off. Or you go in and you're like, okay, something's not right, because now when I wake up, I can't even get out of the bed, right? You're in the bed for much longer than you need to be. And then ultimately that ends up in disease or things that we don't want, like cancer, tumors, things like that. So it's important for us to pay attention to the whispers before it gets to disease. We want to stop it at the beginning instead of continuing just to ignore the whispers, the signals, and the symptoms before disease starts. So how do we do that? What are some of the practical things that we can do to listen, to nourish, to protect our bodies? So first, the way that you listen to your body, or one of the practical things that you can do, is every morning when you get up, you can do a body check, right? Start with your head. How do I feel? Do I have brain fog? Do I have a headache? Can I see clearly? Can I hear? Is my speech okay? And then you move down. Voice box, do I have a frog in my throat in the morning when I wake up? Am I hoarse? All of these things are little whispers, little signs, little things that we should be listening to as we get up before we even start our day. Did I start off with gratitude today, or did I just jump out of the bed and I'm already offended by something because I looked at my email, or I looked at social media and somebody made a comment that I didn't like, or that I felt was offensive to me? So all of these things are things that we can listen to, because your body's going to tell you. After you read that text or that email, your body tensed up, right? But you didn't do anything to release that tension. You just said, oh, you know what? I'm going to, move on throughout my day. I'm going to forget about it, or I'm going to address it later. These are things where you can actually start listening to your body. Pay attention before the pain demands it. When we don't listen to our bodies, the things that happen with the repressed emotions that we have, they tend to hide in different areas of our body. So because you didn't address that text first thing in the morning, because you didn't give gratitude, because you didn't try to deal with the issue, those emotions will find a place in your body to hide. And then it may manifest as a pain in my leg, or pain in my back, or I begin not to be able to process things the way that I should. I'm not breathing throughout the day. I'm just holding on to things. All of those things are things that you need to pay attention to, because if you don't, the pain will begin to start, and then it will demand that you actually listen. Nourishment is very important. We skip meals throughout the day. Why? Because we're too busy. Or we eat junk food. Why? Because it's simpler. I can just stop at the store, pick this up. It tastes better. There are different reasons why we do different things. But of course, if you put that into your body, what type of harvest are you going to reap? So we need to nourish ourselves. We need movement. We need sleep. We need water. We need to breathe. And we also need purpose. All of these things are things that help to nourish your body, to help nourish your garden, so that you reap a harvest, or you reap a very good garden of fruits and vegetables and nourishment. We also have to learn to protect our bodies. We have to set boundaries. Maybe we don't look at social media the first thing in the morning. Maybe to avoid stress, we do breathing exercises throughout the day. We'll allow ourselves at the end of the day to recover instead of watching the news or continuing to work and push through. We have to protect our relationships with our families and our friends, and know that those are important things, and that we can't just always push those to the side for business and or entertainment. Your environment is very, very important. So the relationships that you get in, the people that you partner with, all of these help to protect your body. And I'm telling you all of this because I see this every single day. And these are the things that lead to that prescription that you end up getting. And these are the reasons why you never get off that prescription. And that prescription ends up being a part of your future, instead of just a gate that enters into a garden where you begin to prune things, and you begin to purge things, and you begin to see that, hey, you know what? This does not have to be my future. And then lastly, you need to invest. Do the small habits first. Be consistent. Use preventative care. Learning and your daily choices will make a big difference. So today's choices lead to tomorrow's health. All the choices, all the things that we talked about today, all the things that I reviewed in this short period of time, I have a 5-pillar framework that I walk people through, and it's over 7 weeks. So in that 7-week time period, we come up with the things that are holding you back, the reasons why you're on prescriptions, understanding what the prescriptions are, what they do to your body, and come up with alternatives that you may use instead of that to help your body reap a good harvest. So this is my question to you today. If your body could speak today, what would it ask you to change? What is the one thing that you can change today? Today, it doesn't take much. In the beginning, we did just a quick exercise to help reset your nervous system, right? What was it? A minute, 2 minutes tops? Those are things that you can do throughout your day to help your body reset, help the cortisol levels to go down. We live in a community and a society now where fight and flight is the norm for everybody. And it shouldn't be the norm. It was never meant to be the norm. But because it is at this particular point in time, your body is responding to it. And sometimes that is the thing that is holding you back from reaping your harvest. So healthy people lead healthy teams, which lead to healthy organizations. And I know that this is an networking and entrepreneurship platform. So we all want to be healthy people so that we can lead healthy teams and become the CEO of healthy organizations. Right. So this is a call for everybody here to come to the table, to put yourself first, and to start working on the things that will give you a long-lasting future. And look at what you can have. So again, my name is Dr. Katisha Pitt. I am the pharmacist that is changing the prescription conversation. And if you're interested in working with me or partnering with me, my information is in the chat. I look forward to seeing all of you, and I thank you so much for your time and your attention. Thank you.
Give us some
Let's
energy.
hear it.
Woo!
Yeah, let's
Awesome.
hear it for Dr. Patricia
Awesome.
Pitt
Well said.
Johnson. Yes, thank
Mhm.
you so much. What a beautiful way to presence us to what's most important and how we can take back our power. So thank you for stepping up, stepping out, and providing a pathway leading us forward. Let's hear it one more time. Show her some love and celebrate Dr. Katisha Johnson Pitt. Yes, yes, yes. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And make sure you grab the information from her, Dr. Pitt Johnson. You put Johnson Pitt. You put your information in the chat. I'm certain. Okay, good. Make sure you go ahead and grab that because our health is truly our wealth. Our next speaker is going to put even greater rewards in place for us to live our best lives. We are bringing to the stage right now Christine Best, who will be sharing for 15 minutes on the cost of burnout. Welcome, Christine Best. Show her some love, celebrate her. Yes, yes, yes. Stepping up and stepping out.
Yes. Thank you very much, Nancy. And thank
Awesome.
you, Dr. Patricia Rogers, for having me here. And thank you all for attending today. It's awesome that you are here. You are here, obviously, to learn some things and get some strategies for your life. And I'm very proud of you all for being here. So I'm Christine Best. I'm a speaker, author, and wellness strategist. So I'm going to talk about burnout, the cost of burnout. But burnout starts as disengagement, and then it progresses to stress, and then it progresses to burnout. I'll start with a little story. I was talking with a friend the other day, and he told me about an acquaintance. Her name's Steph, and she had an important meeting coming up in Sydney. And it was a 2-hour drive, so she had to be prepared. But unfortunately, she slept in the next morning when she was supposed to be on her way. So she woke up, realised the time, and felt stressed, as you can imagine. So she flew out of bed, threw some clothes on, grabbed something to eat on the way, and drove the 2 hours to Sydney. She made it to Sydney to the venue and sighed a sigh of relief. And as she was going to get out of the car, she realised she still had her pyjama pants on. So stress does some weird things to people. You lose your concentration. I'm going to tell you another story. And this one is about my brother. He was working in an organisation in a place where the workplace was toxic, and his immediate supervisor was not a very nice person. And he was upset by this and somewhat stressed about it. And he used to speak to me every week. We saw each other when we visited our mum, and he would tell me about the scenarios that went on during the week, and they were quite.
In a recorded line, forwarding three.
Okay.
I can hear somebody speaking. If they could
Stand
mute, if you
by.
don't mind.
Stand by. Stand by. Let me see where it's coming from.
I got it. I fixed it.
So my brother was upset, and I felt sorry for him, and clearly he didn't know what to do about it. And I said to him, well, why don't you report it to her, your supervisor's immediate superior officer? So he didn't want to do that. So I didn't suggest anything else. However, I was qualified to give him advice because my background is administration, management, human resources, occupational health and safety. So I had a very good understanding of the avenues he could take to solve this problem. But he didn't want to do that particular thing. And so the next week he told me something else. I gave him another suggestion. And this went on for a few weeks, a few months. And in the end, I said to my brother, I don't want to hear any more about your workplace unless you've actually done something. And then I would love to hear it. So a year went by, a year and a half went by. Eventually, he said to me, I've finally done something. I went to the doctor because I'd suggested that one of the suggestions was that he should go to the doctor and get stress leave because that was available to him. Anyway, so he did do that and he went to the doctor, sat down, the doctor put a blood pressure cuff on him, measured his blood pressure, and it was normal, 120 on 80. Then she asked him questions about his workplace. Well, as he was answering the questions, his blood pressure went through the roof into hypertension. Now that is stroke and heart attack zone. So he realized, wow, I didn't realize it was stressing me that much. So the doctor gave him quite a considerable amount of time off. So my brother was lucky because in this next story that I want to tell you, I have a friend and her son, Carl, was in his mid-40s and he was working for an organisation and the pressure in his job was immense and it was stressing him out. He used to ring his mother, usually every week, and they would chat and the mother would talk to him and you know, get him to talk about it because that relieves the pressure valve. However, Carl had a massive heart attack and died. So my friend had to actually say goodbye to her son. That's not the normal order of things. So what is the cost of burnout here? Certainly, possibly financial cost. But the thing is, it cost somebody their life. It cost my brother a lot of enjoyment in his life because he always dreaded going to work and having to face the toxic environment. And these people didn't actually do anything to manage their stress or to get rid of the stress or to report the problem to anybody. And people do this all the time. For some reason, people think I'll just soldier on. And that's why people end up having heart attacks or strokes. They might not die, but they might end up in hospital. And that is loss of freedom. So I would like to share my screen now.
Let's see, make sure you're co-host.
Yep.
Are you able to share?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Just going to put this back to the start. And okay, here we go. All right. Right. So the cost of burnout. Financial cost of stress is pretty massive worldwide. It's hundreds of billions of dollars in lost productivity. America alone is around $550 billion. It's hard to get your head around that figure. And other countries, Australia has a problem, England has a problem, other countries have a problem. So what's the real cost of stress and burnout? Quality of life. Happiness. It stole my brother's happiness because even when he came home from work, he felt weighed down by that stress and that toxic environment and the way his supervisor treated him and everybody else. And then when he had to go to work, he would agonize over it for a couple of hours before he even got there. It steals your joy. So stress and burnout will affect your social life. It will also affect your family time, especially if you end up in bed feeling unwell with a headache or some other problem, like you might be in a hospital bed, a heart attack and tubes coming out of you. That also costs your hip pocket, doctor's fees, specialists' charges, the medication you might want. So, it can be a very expensive thing, not to mention how much it's costing you to be in the hospital. So stress and burnout can be a very expensive condition. It could cost you your job, especially if you're not performing very well, because along with stress and before it gets to burnout and you're stressed, you are disengaged, you are preoccupied, and that is called presenteeism at work. You're present, but you're not. So it could cost you your job. It could cost relationships. And it could cost you your goals. So what can you do to prevent it? Well, it depends on how bad your problem is. However, you can set boundaries. You can try to establish a balance in your life. You can attempt to not overwork. And there could be some lifestyle choices that you might make, and it could involve nutrition. It could involve exercise, which can help to manage, it normalize your hormones perhaps, and it also will burn up that excess energy, the energy that you have from being stressed. So there are things that you can do. However, people have a burnout problem because they quite often have limiting beliefs about themselves that cause them to work extra hard, feel like they've got to prove themselves perhaps. And there are various other reasons why people work extra hard. So a way to deal with this, if you can't manage it yourself, you could work with me, and I have a stress to burnout risk map, which I will share a link to once I finish speaking here. And that it would be a start for you to actually see how you stand right now. And whether you're at risk or not. So what I would do if you decided to work with me is I would identify the habits and behaviors that you have that are endangering you. We would establish strategies and tools that you would use, and I would address cognitive problems, the way you're thinking. We can reframe that. We can reset your limiting beliefs, and we can tweak your dietary habits, all of which will help you maintain a better lifestyle and enjoy life and avoid going down the stress and burnout path. Thank you very much for listening to me. And if you have any questions, you can reach out to me. I'll put you'll get my email address anyway. Thank you very
Let's
much
hear
for
it.
listening.
Fantastic. Let's go ahead and
great job.
celebrate
Great.
Christine.
Awesome. Great.
Christine, is it okay if you stop sharing your screen? Please.
Yeah, I'll do
Thank
that
you.
right now.
Fantastic. And here's the truth, right? She brings it back to us and gives a whole nother path that's so important for our wellness, for our lives. And she's all the way from Australia. Do you still live there?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Aussie. My husband's an Aussie.
Australia in the house.
And it's 3 a.m. here, 10 past 3
Wow.
a.m.
Now that's a woman who's committed, right? Beautiful. Where are you located?
I am living in Canton Beach, which is about 2.5 hours north of Sydney on the east coast of Australia.
Beautiful. Well, thank you for putting in the effort to be here so we can live happier, healthier, wealthier lives. Let's hear it one more time. Christine Best.
Thank you very much.
So good.
Thank you, Chris.
Ooh, that's a commitment to making a difference in the world. Getting up at 2 a.m., suiting up and showing up, right, Dr. Pat? That's what she's doing. I love it. I love it. So good. All right. Our next speaker is Dr. Madge Jaspin. She'll be sharing with us for about 7 minutes on how to unplug, focus, and reconnect. Please, please, please tell me, show me, Dr. Madge Jaspin.
Hello,
Celebrate.
Nancy. It's very nice to see you here. Thank you, Dr. Pat, for organizing this great meeting, and thank you for all of you for coming from all over the world, it seems. So, listening to Dr. Katisha and Christine, I think I am the right person for the recipe, right? It's always, I can prepare anything that I want, but each time I am on this platform, I have to adapt to what the person that came before. Because it's synchronicity, right? So, insanity. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over, hoping for a different result, right? Often we want change in our life, but we keep doing over and over the same thing. So today, I want to give you my recipe, because each of us, we have a recipe to transform our life, right? But I found that we really needed to unplug. We are so distracted. We are bombarded by electromagnetic fields, the Wi-Fi, the TV, the phone, even I was trying to buy a fridge. Even the fridge now is all electronic. The fridge will talk to you. So we are sitting in a world where our thoughts are not even our thoughts anymore. Because if you talk in your house and you say, oh, I'm looking for something, you will have Alexia in the background who will give you an idea. Who are we? So I invite you to find a time to unplug. Unplug is stopping your electronic, stopping your phone,
stopping everything that is plugged to the electric field. Why? Every electricity around you will affect your own electricity. Your electrical field is your nervous system. Your nervous system is bombarded constantly. So unplug. Find a time to stop everything, to sit still, to go to the beach, to go to the mountain, to sit in a park, to go near a lake. Find around you something, a place where you can truly unplug. Focus. Focus is about thinking that you are the most important person in your life. In France, we have an expression that says you have thousands and millions of people important in the cemetery. So you are the person the most important in your life. Take the time for you. Focus on yourself. Focus on your well-being. And use all the tips that Christine and Dr. Katrina gave you to stop and focus. Reconnect as soon as you know what is truly good for you. And I will give you a tip for that. Reconnect, but to the person that you are. Reconnect in an authentic way to really find your true calling, to really find your value, really find what is essential in your life. And your life is important, so reconnect to the true person that you are. So let me give you now a tip. Take a notebook and every night write down something that you truly enjoy. Do it for 7 days. And after these 7 days, ask yourself, do I do anything that I truly like in my life? Do I truly have all this stuff that I truly enjoy in my life? And you will unfortunately maybe realize that you don't have as many things that you love in your life. So I will ask you at this time to truly unplug again. Unplug and focus on yourself. Ask yourself, I am living really the life that I want. Am I fulfilled? I am happy. I am in the right relationship. Do I enjoy the people around me? And if you have a no to all of these questions, or even in one, you owe it to yourself to truly unplug and focus again to find and bring to your life what you really deserve and what your heart truly desire, what your heart truly enjoy. And when you do that, 7 days, 14 days, over and over, you are realigning to who you truly are, and you are living your true uniqueness. So it's important for you. It's important for me to invite you to do it for yourself. But if you want help to transform your life, I am here for you on Longboat Key or virtually, and join me in one of my retreats. This year we are going to Cannes to transform your life and be the star of your life. So join us, join me online or join me in person to truly transform your life. Thank you and see you soon.
Awesome.
Let's go to France. Come on.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Let's go to France.
Wow.
Yes,
It's wet.
awesome.
Beautiful, Dr. Medj. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for sharing your essence, and you also get to hear her talking with her beautiful French accent for so many days.
Uh-huh.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Nancy.
Drop all your information in the chat. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And so how's the morning so far? Let's hear some celebrations for everybody showing up and delivering so much delicious value for our hearts, our spirits, and our lives in general. So good. And the next speaker we're bringing on. So thank you, Dr. Mage. Let's celebrate her one more time. Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, yes.
Woo-hoo.
Great.
Absolutely.
Unplug.
Wonderful. Yes, yes, yes. All right. Our next presenter is Dr. Margaret Thorley. And you want to perk your ears up for this one because it's a story that's not told often enough. And there's a lot of stories about this. So, Dr. Margaret Thorley will be sharing with us for 7 minutes the untold story of single fathers. Welcome to the
Woo.
stage, Dr. Margaret Thorley.
That's deep.
Thank you
Mhm.
so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Patricia Rogers, as usual. Wow.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'm incredibly very passionate about working with single fathers. And most of the time, when I say that, if there's a couple of men in the audience, they're like, "What? You have a man?" I said, "Oh my God, I forgot to look at myself in the mirror. Oh my God, I'm a woman. Yes, I am passionate working with you guys." And then they would just laugh. I'm like, I know, I just wanted to break the ice. But the question I want to ask all of you, if you hear something like about single father, what comes in your mind about single parents? Is it single father that you think first? Or is it single mothers? You see, we're single mothers, we hear about them all the time. And we kind of move with compassion to help. But with single fathers, not so much. We don't. And yet they are within our community and they have very limited support. They carry the burden in a very silent way, the day-to-day challenges. For us, a call that came to our office that completely changed the way I run our organization. A father in crisis, no food, no gas, no electricity. I remember one day I was in the office, a phone call came through. "Can I speak to Miss Margaret Thorley?" "You're speaking. Please, can you send one of your staff? We've got a father in stress." I said, "The staff are not in, but I'll be able to come." As I walked through the office, as I got there, reported at the reception, these are partners we've worked for years, but they never really take single fathers as people on their own, a group on their own. They need extra support. As they led me to the office, I know the office very well. I've used it many times. And I saw this gentleman pacing up and down, introduced who I was, but he never looked up. And then I said, "Hey, would you like a cup of coffee or water?" Just gently nodded his head. I went out, got some coffee and some water, put it on the table. I held my cup and I sat down and I invited him to sit on the other chair opposite me. And I said, "What's going on?" As he picked up his coffee and he looked at me, and one of the things he says, "Why isn't there is no help for single fathers? I'm really doing my best, bringing up my daughter. But today, I gave her a cold breakfast. I have no gas, no electricity, nothing." I asked the question, "How often does this happen?" He said, "Not too often." I said, "Okay, don't worry." I rushed out, arranged that he could get emergency help we got that and made sure that he had the money in his account by 2 p.m. so that he can get the things he needs. Now, why am I telling you this story? It's because we do have single fathers within our community. It's just sometimes we don't notice them. I want us, every one of us here, as an organization, create a space for single father or even the men that comes in. Let's find out who they are, what they're going through. For us, the single fathers we work with, the challenges is so much. So therefore, we create programs just for them to get the support that they need. We create a safe space where they can come and tell their story, feel really supported, and above all, feel respected. For us, that makes it, stands out within the community, the work that we do. But I just didn't stop there. And I think this is what connected me with Dr. Rogers. I created a platform which is called the Father Talk Show. I wanted to amplify the voice for men to tell their story, what they're going through. And that's been really successful. We also spotlight their work. So we have a platform called Kings in a Business Conversation. And this is to spotlight this father and the power of a praying father. See, when strength comes in, it comes very silently. But again, strength fights to preserve you and your family and your children. So let's empower our single fathers within the community. How can we help them? How can we support them? We're here. I'll be putting my contact details later on if you have anybody that you feel they need our support, although we are based in the UK. Empowering fathers, it changes generation to generation and to their children's children. And it also gives their children the opportunity to understand about who they are as well. And for me, that is one of the greatest award or reward I get when I'm working with single fathers or working with them with the talk show or training. We've got an amazing and wonderful training coming. Sorry, ladies, only for single fathers. Amen. It's called Public Speaking Training, which is on the 22nd of September, which is face-to-face in the UK. But we will be running coaching sessions also by Zoom. So watch out my LinkedIn because we do post them. So I want to say to us, hey, the single fathers, they are in our community. Let's celebrate them. Let's spotlight them. I want to say thank you so much for giving this great and wonderful opportunity to share my story, my journey, my purpose. Thank you.
Let's hear it for Dr. Margaret Thorley, a true professional,
yeah.
a woman living her passion. Dr. Pat, you need to speak, don't you? I see your hand up. Did you want to add?
Oh, no.
Okay, it's all good. It's all good. Thank you, because this is an underserved market, and it's brilliant and beautiful how you're supporting the men so they can stand up and be the men that they want to be for themselves and their families. So I celebrate you and I honor you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So good. Celebrate Dr. Margaret one more time. Yes, yes, yes.
Awesome.
Oh, so good. You've been inspired, you've been uplifted. So I suspect you are committed to better health, you're committed to greater vision. And we just heard Dr. Thorley share her vision and her purpose. I want to turn the attention now to you living your purpose at a greater level. So I'm going to share. It's my turn. I changed my shirt. Have you noticed this is my third wardrobe change so far? Thankfully, I had a red Be the One shirt,
Yeah.
Dr. Pat. How about that one? That worked out great. So some of you may know, and Jasmine, there we go, perfect. Some of you here may know that I'm kind of a fan of Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band. How many of you know that about me? Like, I really love Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band. And in fact, I love his music, his entrepreneurship, his passion to live his vision so much that I have been to 93 live shows and concerts. 93. Now, some of you are like, what? How do you go to so many shows? Why would you go to so many shows? Some of you are thinking I might be a little crazy even. But here's the thing. You're asking the wrong question. The right question is, wouldn't you love to be someone else's Bruce Springsteen? The minute you announce you're going to be somewhere, you're hosting an event, you're showing up, they drop what they're doing, make sure they get to see you and pay whatever it takes to be in your presence. That's what I love to do. Show you how to be the one your ideal clients instantly recognize, trust, and choose. When Dr. Pat announces she's doing an event, she's your Bruce Springsteen. You show up no matter what it takes. You wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning if you have to, because you know that she gives a great platform with amazing people for you to connect with. How many of you want to be someone else's Bruce Springsteen? Now, it's not about Bruce Springsteen at this point, obviously, is it, right? It's about you serving your ideal clients. So I'm going to share with you now. This is going to be fast paced. So grab a pen, take some notes, and I am going to go through these slides quickly and invite you to do a deeper training. I have a free training that I'm going to give you access to. And then I'm also going to invite you to be part of a 6-week online experience. I'll tell you about that in a moment. So let's go ahead and let me dive in and share what I refer to as the visibility trap. So hold on one momentito, por favor. And there we go. We're seeing the right thing. Everything is good. So this is about you becoming the one that your clients are looking for. Because you see, the right clients are never persuaded, they're magnetized. Like, you can feel it. The people you want to work with, you love being in their presence. Their energy gets you. Their expertise is what you're paying for as well. But you love to be with them. And how many of you have had those right and perfect clients that you get lit up just because you get to serve them, right? Like, that's the sweet spot of life. So what I want to share with you today is how you can do this, what you need to shift, and it's minor shifts to what you're already doing so that you can become the one for your ideal clients. Now, we've got goals. How many of you set some goals back in the beginning of 2026? And how are you doing? Some of you are doing great. Some of you have exceeded those goals. Some of you, life was lifing, and maybe some things fell by the wayside. What I want you to know is it's never too late. And because you showed up today, today can be the turning point to make sure that your 2026 is rocking it even better than you had imagined or planned when you get aligned. Now, one of the things I know happens, there are some common challenges we all run into in this space. So you are probably working hard, doing all the right things, but clients and opportunities maybe just haven't kicked into place yet. So if that's you, say, yes, that's me in the chat. Go ahead and say, yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing. I think I'm doing all the right things, but it's not working out the way I thought it would. So give me a that's me in the chat if this one applies to you. And perhaps your best laid plans got interrupted by life, Mercury retrograde, frustration, overwhelm, whatever it is, right? I had a plan, I was set. I set my plan in the beginning of January. I knew what I was doing, I knew what my focus was. And then I did all that in December. And then I spent Christmas Day in the emergency room to have surgery on January 5th. What? And be laid up for 8 weeks. What? That was not in my plan, but I'm still going. And this year has been my best year in many previous ones. So even though I was out of the game for 2 months, because of what I'll be sharing with you today and what you will implement from here, it's okay. We stay in alignment. We stay committed to our vision, to our purpose. So if that's you, like it was for me, best laid plans got interrupted by life or whatever happened to show up, give me a "that's me" in the chat. And perhaps some of you, you're sitting here and you're saying, I know, you know that you're meant for more, and you're thinking to yourself, it feels way too hard. It's not paying off the way that I should. There's got to be a better, easier way. So if you're someone who would love a better, easier way to stand out, make a bigger impact, and create more income, saying that's definitely me in the chat. So go ahead, take a moment, put those comments in the chat, because when we play full out is how we get real results. And it's not a lot of effort to say, yeah, that's definitely me in the chat. Beautiful. Go. Good. There we go. Claim it. There is a better way. And I'm going to show you how. You see, Dr. Pat is all about giving you the platform, the guidance, and the consistency for you to have the visibility that you need so that the ones you're meant to serve can see you. So you're out there, you're posting, you're doing all the things, but perhaps visibility alone is not getting you the clients, the cash flow, or the authority positioning that you deserve, quite frankly. Because being seen isn't sold, right? It's being seen. So today is about how do we shift that? How do we just add? It's kind of like you got a really good cake right now, and I want to show you how to put the icing on the top that makes it irresistible to the ones that you're meant to serve. So we've got lots of great ways to put more content out, to have that visibility. And, you know, we all know that AI has made everything easier, right? We can get more done in less time thanks to the tools that have been created. But I don't know about you, and tell me this. I kind of want to see you when I ask you this question. Does it look to you when you're scrolling on your feed or getting emails like you can tell when it's AI by itself, can't you? You can tell. You're like, oh, that's AI. Like all the flyers are looking the same. Like even this one I just showed you,
Okay.
you know, stuff is looking the same. Right?
Yeah.
So how do we stand out?
Stand out.
Right? How do we take advantage of these tools but still stand out? Because you can. And the way that you do that is by grounding in your individual purpose, vision, and calling. And I'm going to go back to what happened with Dr. Pat in the beginning. I said, Dr. Pat, that's great that you represent this amazing company and provide this service, but what's your gift? What is it that you bring? And you can all see she loves people. She loves bringing people together. She loves shining the light on people. And that's why her business thrives. Both of her businesses thrive because she does that, right? You can feel that. You can see that. So what we want to be able to do is use the tools, but not let the tools run the show, right? We want to use them and leverage them so that your brilliance and your expertise, your authenticity, and your heart is what shines through. Because oftentimes when we're looking for the better way, right, the better way isn't about doing more, it's about being more. So I want to invite you into a new level of beingness to drive the profits and the success of your business. It's about being the one who leads with vision, being the one who stands out in a crowded marketplace, being the one who others want to follow, and being the one who takes inspired action. You may notice a theme here called the One Philosophy. Gail introduced it to us as we got started today. The essence of this philosophy, this book I wrote, and the foundation of, quite frankly, my life, my success, and all of the work I do begins with treating each and every person you meet as the one. You see, years ago, my awakening around all of this was I live here in South Florida, And back in the day with Women's Prosperity Network, I did this weekly show called Wow Wednesday. And I bet some of you remember Wow Wednesday every single week, bringing you a midweek boost of motivation, education, and inspiration. I did that show consistently every single Wednesday morning from 2009 through 2024. So what is that? 15 years? Every single Wednesday. Consistency, showing up. And with that Wow Wednesday show, back in the day, we did it as a teleconference. People would dial in and I'd interview different guests. I had a guest on who was talking about book publishing. And then we would open up for question and answer. And somebody asked a question that had dialed in. And she said, I want to write a book and I really am looking for, thank you for all the information on publishing, how to publish the book, but I'm looking for somebody to give me more substantive guidance and consulting on how to get it done, not just how to write it, but how to put it out there. And I love marketing. So I'm like, oh my goodness, I would love to support you. What's your name? Oh, I'm Trina Robinson. And I was like, wait a second, Trina Robinson from NBC6 News here locally? And she, oh yeah, that's me. I was like, all right, well, let's go ahead and set up a meeting and we'll talk about you and your book. And inside I'm like, oh my God, it's Trina Robinson. I'm going to meet with her. She'll be my client. Maybe I'll get on the news. Maybe, because I thought she was the one. Anybody ever have a meeting like that? All of a sudden, the person you're with is the one who's going to, whatever it is, fill in the blank. And here's what happened for me. I noticed that shift in myself when I thought she was the one. And I value people and I know everyone has importance and meaning. And I do my best to take my time to be present with people to discover the magic in the moment of our meeting. But I noticed this shift in me that when I thought she might be the one to put me on TV, the one to do something for me, I shifted in the attention I paid, the importance I placed upon our meeting, and I didn't like that. I was like, oh, that's icky. I don't like that. Everyone does matter. And I started an experiment to treat each and every person I meet on the phone, at the supermarket, a restaurant server, gas station, airplane, wherever I was, I just started to treat each and every person with that same level of excitement and enthusiasm as we tend to do if we think someone's the one. And quite frankly, that's my ultimate invitation for you today, to start living in that way, right? To start being the one who treats every person you meet as the one. And, this book that I ended up writing as a result of all of this, and I have a certification course and coaching programs. It's since 2010 when this all first came about, lots has been born from it. And I know that this is my work and this is my purpose. You'll be successful in business and we'll heal the world together when we all see and treat each other as the one. So are you willing to be the one? Who's going to be the one? Yes, yes, yes. All right. Beautiful, beautiful. You talk to everyone and you see them as the one. That's great. So with that, with the one philosophy and your business and standing out, it's about treating each and every person that you meet as the one, right? So I've shared this with Bob Berg, who's the author of The Go-Giver. Some of you may know Bob. And he says that following the principles set forth in this book is the way we're meant to live and experience each other. It will result in a more abundant life for you and those whose lives you touch. Lisa Montgomery says the one philosophy has allowed me to serve my clients completely. I get testimonials and referrals for what I think is regular business service, but to them it's not regular. And for me, I share this with you. I've had the privilege of doing so many wonderful things in my life and being featured, getting awards, and it all stems from being the one. So if you're sitting here today and you want your business to be better, you want to have a greater impact, you want more income, you want life to be easier, it all begins from the inside out. T. Harv Eker, who created the Millionaire Mind, said, if you want to change the fruits, you will first have to change the roots. If you want to change the visible, you must change the invisible. And that's on the inside, because the changes to get better, have more, be more successful. It's not about AI. It's not about better funnels, although I love funnels. If you know me, you know I love some funnels. It's about being the one they recognize, trust, and choose. I told you I was going to go real fast, so go ahead and grab this link right now. I'll give it to you again at the end. But I want you to get this deeper training absolutely free so that you stand out for sex. I want to stand out for success. Thank you very much. Correction. And you'll learn the secrets of self-promotion. You'll get inside here what I call a Yes Ready checklist, templates for outreach, finding your ideal clients, as well as how to promote yourself without feeling pushy, because I know that's an issue. Nobody wants to be pushy, right? Inside the book, you'll be guided through these 6 principles of living the one philosophy. Talk less, listen more. Hold and share your vision. Exhibit exemplary behavior. Owning your life with 100% responsibility. Never gossip, and exercise your mind and spirit daily. When it comes to being the one, your ideal clients instantly recognize, trust, and choose. It's all about holding and sharing your vision. When you really learn how to communicate it, embody it, and have it ooze from your essence, magic happens. This is an attorney, Zenga, and she went through a training with me. We got her vision grounded in, and she got a grant out of the blue to find and pay for a new hire. You're talking, this was about $100,000 benefit. She started representing 2 very big celebrity assets. She's an attorney out of New York. She's amazing. Varsha owns a t-shirt shop. She made the shirt that I'm wearing right here and now. When she learned to embody her vision for a t-shirt company, she moved up her revenue to over $1 million, developed new revenue streams, and brought her business to 1.4 million in sales instead of 500. That's a huge increase because she learned how to radiate her vision's frequency. And that's what I want to invite you all to do. Spend some time really grounding in every single day, grounding in what's my vision, what's my purpose, what's my calling. Because when you lead with vision, it instantly magnetizes your message to attract the ones you're meant to serve and partner with to fulfill your purpose. And this is how the universe and God conspire in your favor. Be the one to stand out in a crowded marketplace by doing so. Be the one who gets to make the difference that you are here to make. Right? You're all here to do some good in this world. Let's keep doing some good together, and let's come together, because your clients, even though you might do something very similar to someone else, you're not supposed to serve their clients. You're supposed to serve your clients. So you want to stand out and be the one with your authentic voice and your authentic mission and vision. So grab this training, nancymatthews.com/stand out for success. And then next step is to be the one that others want to follow. We show up here because we love Dr. Patricia Rogers. We want to follow her. She's a mover, a shaker. She gets things done. And you feel good when you're with Dr. Rogers. Maya Angelou says, I've learned people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but they will never forget how you made them feel. And living the one philosophy will make this easy for you. Will make it so that more people, even more than you're attracting right now, will want to be with you. So here's some information on a book study that I'm doing for the One Philosophy. It starts on September 3rd. It's $97, and you'll see the link to sign up. You'll get 2 copies of the book when you go ahead and register to join us for the book study on the One Philosophy. I went fast. I hope this is the beginning of a relationship for those I'm just meeting today, or the continuation for so many of my friends I haven't seen in a while. Dr. Pat, thank you for inviting me to be a part of this platform and spread the one philosophy. Get out there, be the one who treats everyone you meet as the one. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Awesome. Can you bring Nancy and myself to the platform, please?
You are both on the platform, Dr. Pat.
Okay. Okay. I was on gallery view. That's my fault.
All good. All good.
Yeah, that's one of the best ways to get through your challenges. When you mess up, just own it and be done with it.
That's right.
And apologize and keep moving. Because you're
all
gonna
the
mess up
way.
again. But yeah, Nancy, I want to thank you so much for putting on that shirt because you kept it red. Let's give us some energy for keeping it red, y'all. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes, I just wanted to say that I really enjoyed you, and I wanted to open the platform for other people who may have more questions about you. About you, I know they've heard me. Some of the people here have heard me talk about you all their life that I've been in their life. And I don't know if anybody has any questions, but now is the time. And if you heard her bio, she's constantly coming up with inventing, creating, innovating new ways that we can continuously grow and sharpen our skills, as well as be a better and professional entrepreneur, so that other people will want to be a part of you or me. And that's very important. That one word, attract, and the second one was consistency. That's what I heard. I love it. Anyone have any questions?
Yep.
Raise
Dr.
your
Thorley.
raise your yep. Move me. Bring the person with the question. I'm done. I said it. I just want to open the floor for everybody.
Yes, Mark. Click that little microphone so I can hear you.
Thank you so much for such a wonderful presentation. What I love about it is the one philosophy, and it's just taking us back, the way we treat people, the way we look at people. I really loved it because of the journey of me working with single fathers. It's like a good reminder for me because the work I do is unique. I definitely would be joining your workshop, is it the 90 days one? I'm definitely.
Yes, I have one on the 19th. Yeah, I've got all kinds of things going on.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. I just want to really say to you, thank you, because that really touched me, that presentation. Thank you. I really appreciate you. And you
My
definitely
pleasure.
received me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
My pleasure and my purpose. Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome.
Continue being the one. All right. Anyone else have a question? Because we got more goodness to share across the platform here. All right, Dr. Pat, should I go ahead and bring on Immaculata?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Let me go ahead and do that then. So we're about to welcome to the stage Immaculata Ugwu, and I hope I'm saying it correctly. And she will be sharing how to turn Zoom chat into a CSV file. Did I get your last name right?
It was close enough.
Okay. Okay.
All right. I struggle with it too. It was close enough.
All right. Welcome, Immaculata.
Thank you.
Okay, let me give a little introduction. This is one of my mentees, and she's from Nigeria, of course, and she does a lot of the promotions, and she manages a lot of my behind the scenes stuff. And we've been together for quite a while, and I just wanted you all to know. So, and she is open. If you don't want to push your social media, she has a little team too. She have a couple of people she instructs. How about that? But at any rate, so with that, I'm going to introduce her. She has a recorded session, and I want you all to pay close attention, because if you don't pay attention, you're going to miss the nuggets. All right, here we go. She's going to tell you how to take that chat, the Zoom chat. I want everybody right now to drop your emails in the chat. This is a test for test purposes. Everybody drop your emails in the chat. Those that you want us to use, and do the fake ones, the ones that you don't really want us to have. Just drop it anyway. That's a joke. But at any rate, so she's going to tell you how to take that Zoom chat and turn it into a CSV file. So all you have to do is import it when you're at other people's events. Okay? So here we go. I'm going to wait till everybody finish dropping their links in the chat. If you want to say a couple of words, how is it working with Unity and Service? You got a couple minutes on the clock. Go ahead. Jazz, stop the clock, because we had some time left over for Nancy.
It's paused. It's paused already.
Okay, great. Go ahead, Iffy. How has it been working before you started working with Unity and Service, your skills? You was looking for services, you was looking for training, and how has your training been with Unity and Service? That's my question.
All right. Thank you. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much, Dr. Pat. Since I started working with Unity in Service, before then, I didn't know how to organize anything. But Dr. Pat changed me from nothing to something. She changed everything about me so I can be able to organize, turn your dreams into reality. Yeah, teach you how to be visible, promote everything about you. She always tells me that God will not bless you if you are not ready. So she already taught me how to do away with procrastination. Yeah. And furthermore, in Unity in Service, people need people. People need people. Then, if you want to go far in life, she always tells me, you go together. But if you want to go fast, you go alone. That's the importance of collaboration. You cannot do it alone. So in Unity in Service, people need people. Thank you so much.
That's right. Yes, right. You are the person who trains you. If you have a leader, you're going to do exactly what that leader does. You know, so some networks, when I try to, this is just my story. A little, but just something to add. When I network with people, I'm always looking at the decision maker. I am the decision maker, so I want to connect with the decision maker. But there are some decision makers that they have followers. When I say followers, they have networking events, they have a following, or they have events. I don't want to connect with them because sometimes I see their disciplines. And I've had some on my platform from time to time. And when a person comes on my platform and they are a leader and they speak and they leave, they don't have to worry about me no more. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Because if everybody did that, we wouldn't have no events. And if that person does it and they are what we call my strategic partner, they people gonna do it too. So we are who we present ourselves to be, and disciplines can make us or they can break us. Thank you, Iffy, for that testimonial. That was awesome. And I'm going to go ahead now and you all listen up to her presentation.
I'm sharing my screen. So the first step, we'll move into ChatGPT. So we are already on ChatGPT. All right. So what we're going to do now, we're going to import the Zoom chat I copied from an event.
Got Dr. Patricia Rogers, the queen herself. Dr. Patricia Rogers is about to take the stage. Celebrate.
Wait a minute. Hold up.
Hold up?
Yeah.
How come?
You didn't ask them who had the best room and all that stuff.
Well, you started the music, and I thought that was
that's what it's for. You go ahead and do what you got to do.
Okay,
Let's talk about breakout room. Yeah.
And here's the beautiful thing. The beautiful thing is every time people come back from their breakouts, they're like, oh, I had the best room. No, I had the best room. I had the best room. The truth is, yeah, I heard. See? You all have the best room.
Come on, yeah. Come on, y'all. Forget the best room, y'all. Just shake it, baby. Shake it. Just shake it. If y'all don't want to talk, just shake it, baby.
Yeah, baby. Oh, my God.
Yeah, come on. Yeah.
Either one.
Come on.
Either one. Yeah.
Come on.
Are you ready for this?
I see you, Christine. I see you, Julian. I see you, Gail. I see you, Sandra Noble. Hey. I see you, Mary Ann. I see you, C.O. Kara. Yeah, Tina Vincent. Isabel, I see you too. Oh, Nick, you made it. Hey. Oh, Nick, hey, girl. Oh, I was thinking about you. Yeah, you were my friend. Oh, Juana showed up. Come on, y'all. Give some high fives for Juana showing up late. Hey, we so happy to be here. That was fun.
Relax and let Kroger Delivery handle your grocery shopping.
God. That's what it's all about, having some fun, y'all. Oh, Lord, that was y'all too much. Jazz, you want to drop that link and give them the good news? Let them know. Tell them, Jazz.
We are live on YouTube, so it's being streamed on YouTube. I've shared the link, so feel free to share it across your social media and let everybody know how exciting this event is.
Yeah. Okay. I gotta breathe. Over to you, Nancy. You're on mute.
I see that now. All right. Next up, you are in for a treat. So buckle up and get ready for Dr. Patricia Rogers, the visibility strategist, the visibility queen, who is going to be sharing the hidden expert. She is the CEO of Unity in Service, where people need people. Join me in celebrating and welcoming Dr. Patricia Rogers.
Woo! All right, all right. Can you all hear me okay?
Yes.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. As Nancy said, my title is The Hidden Expert. Wave your hand if you think you're an expert in your niche. If you're an expert in your niche, raise your hand. Matter of fact, put expert in the chat. Put expert in the chat. If you are an expert in your industry, you know you're an expert at, you're good at what you do, you have great gifts and talents, just go ahead and put expert in the chat. And before we begin, I want to ask you all a question. Have you ever sat down to post something about your business and then talked yourself right out of it? Please mute everybody. Please, if you're not talking, please mute. Again, have you ever sat down to post something about your business and then you talk yourself right out of it? Okay. So having said that, I know I've done it before. Back in the day, I'm pretty good at going live now and talking and saying what I need to say, but it took me a while. And I used to say things like, oh, I'm not ready, I'll do it later. If that's you, yeah. And then sometimes I would tell myself, what if people don't like what I post? What if they don't comment? What if people judge me? Have any of you had those thoughts at any time? And of course, what about sounding salesy? Nancy spoke about that. Sometimes people don't want to post about themselves because they feel like they're being self-serving and they're being too salesy. So if any of you have experienced any of those thoughts from at any time, I want you to know, ladies and gentlemen, you are in the right place. So being invisible. And here's what I have learned after helping entrepreneurs become more visible. I learned that most people don't struggle because they lack the talent. But most people are struggling for three main reasons. One is they want to stay in hiding and they refuse to engage with others. So we're in the midst of other people. We're on these platforms attending events, but a lot of times we're behind the scenes, stay behind the camera. Sometimes we're on the camera, but we won't talk in the chat. We won't drop our information when we ask you to drop your information. You want to remain just in your own little world. So you want to stay in hiding. I'll just attend the event. And then, of course, the second reason is that you want to stay silent because you're afraid to tell people how brilliant you are. You lack confidence. You know you're good, but you lack the confidence to be bold, walk in it, and talk about it. Why? Because you are your business. And the only way people are going to know is if you tell them. And if you don't tell them, somebody else, nobody's unique. They say there's nothing new under the sun. So what you're doing, somebody else somewhere has already done it. So the choice is yours as to whether you want to be the one that's known or you want to stay in silence. And thirdly, ladies and gentlemen, you are inconsistent with your visibility. Some people will value, I watch it all the time. I see it a lot of times. They'll start off doing a challenge on social media, and they'll be doing good for the first couple of days. Then they'll come with an excuse. Well, I missed yesterday, and I'm going to start over today. And then they try to start over. And sometimes on that note right there, I'm going to say this. Sometimes you raise the bar too high. And the last one I saw do that was she started a 75-day challenge. Why not start a 3-day challenge? Do it for you. And just she wanted to be consistent social media. Sometimes we raise the bar, and that's the trick of the enemy. I call it the trick of the enemy because the enemy knows 75 days, so many things can happen. So start small, do it every day. Let me just do 3 days. Then you don't have to tell the world you're going to do it either. You owe it to yourself. You don't owe me the explanation. You owe it to yourself to say, I'm going to go today. And then I'm going to go today. And then I'm going to go today. Before you know it, those 3 days are over. Your confidence is going to soar. Why? Because you stuck to the plan of action that's taking you closer from where you are to where you desire to be. And on that 3rd day, I can guarantee you, you're going to start seeing even more comments, even if you didn't get any the first couple of days. That's just the way it works. And Nancy talked about that consistency. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to know that, again, like I said, that the 3rd one was inconsistent with your visibility. And I want everybody to understand that every time you speak, you increase your visibility in every platform that you're on. If I speak on Yvonne, her people in her network knows me. If I speak on Nancy's event, those people on her net platform knows me. If I speak on Dr. Margaret's event, those people it's just like being in school. That's what makes us popular. The more sports we're in, the more activities we're in school, the more everybody in the school knows who that person is. So it's the same scenario. So with that, I also want to let you know that, first of all, give me some reactions to this one. Give me some reactions. Let me go back. Give me some reactions. If you know that we're living in a virtual world, give me some reaction buttons. Come on, send up those buttons. If you know this world is virtual and it's not changing, send me some reaction buttons. And now I'm going to tell you something. The pandemic, when it came in 2020, the pandemic came. It showed up and it rocked the world. And the pandemic set many of us, entrepreneurs, non-entrepreneurs, the whole world, it sent the whole world in a direction. And that many of us still today, especially now entrepreneurs, are still unwilling to go. Anybody know where that is? Put it in the chat. The pandemic sent us in a direction that many entrepreneurs are still unwilling to go. If you think you know the answer, put it in the chat. And if you don't know the answer, I'm going to help you. Social media. Social media. Ladies and gentlemen, there are 5.66 billion or more users on social media platforms. And there are approximately 50 to 100 or more social media platforms that we can use or show up on. All you have to do is pick the ones that you like. And I challenge you today, just pick 2. Just pick 2. And show up consistently for the next 5 days. I'm challenging you. And when you do it, you can email me, not email me, but you can hit me up in the Facebook Messenger and say, Dr. Rogers, I did it. But even better than that, all you have to do is tag me. Tag me when you make that post, tag me, and then I'm going to tag my team. And now you're going to have some action. So we guarantee you, when you tag us, we guarantee you engagement on your post. Because I tell somebody, either we're going to share it, we're going to repost it. And this is some of the strategies that we use to get us in front of more audiences. Visibility, ladies and gentlemen, is not a luxury. So you might think, so why in the world is visibility so essential? Well, ladies and gentlemen, visibility is a necessity. You have to have it if you're going to grow your business, if you're going to reach the right audiences, you have to have it. Also, attention. The more attention you get on you and your brand, that turns into money because you're building those relationships and you're bringing those people into your network. And that way they get to know, like, and trust you. And now what do? When people get to trust us, it turns it into money. Many entrepreneurs fail, ladies and gentlemen, because they're hiding their gifts. They're hiding their gifts. If you ever felt like you was hiding a gift, give me some energy. Just raise one of those hands and give me some what you call those emojis. If you ever felt like you wasn't standing out enough, give me some emojis. Be honest with you, to thine own self be true. Ladies and gentlemen, another reason entrepreneurs fail is because you downplay your expertise. And of course, there are those who say, I'll wait till the right time. I'll wait. And wait does never happen, because you're never going to get everything done at one time. Because when your creative mindset opens up, it never goes back to its original form. That's a quote from Think and Grow Rich. So guess what? When you get one thing done, God's going to give you more ideas. But if you don't do the ideas that you already have, you're going to stay stuck right there, because he already knows you're not ready. So he's going to move over to people like myself, people like Jasmine, people like Nancy Matthews. He's going to go over there where people are receiving the gifts that he given us, and we valuing them, we're treasuring them, because he wants to be happy too. And when he see us working these gifts that he gave us, oh my God, he just pours it on us. Sometimes I'm like, Lord, wait, I can't take no more. And I keep saying yes, because I know that he knows that I can bear it, and he's just looking out for my well-being. And I'm grateful for that. And then, of course, ladies and gentlemen, I want you all to understand that you are a human magnet. And whatever you put out is what you are going to attract. So when you're consistent, when you're active, when you're doing those things that you need to do for your business, trust me when I tell you, people are always watching you. I'm going to share a little bit about why strategic partners are invaluable. Number one, they help you increase visibility. Number two, they help you build credibility. Number three, partnering expands your network. If you agree, give me some emojis in the chat. And of course, number four says you attract qualified leads. So when I connect with people, they in their network, which is what I described before, now if they pour it into them and they're at their events and I have what they desire or need, they may very well pour into me as well. But we have to be visible in order for people to know that we exist. And of course, number four, you attract qualified leads. Number five, you gain access to new audiences. And that's very important. I've already hit on that. Because at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, people need people. And the more doors of opportunity always open when you collaborate with others. And I think we forgot to give Holly's announcement yet. She's on program. She'll tell you about her announcement later on the net right after this presentation. She'll be doing her announcement, and she's going to open a door of opportunity for you guys simply because you are on my platform for unity and service, and because we have collaborated and we're looking out for each other's network. She's going to give you a reduced cost on a speaking opportunity that's coming up in October. You're going to have plenty of time to practice and plan. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what strategic partners do. Nancy also is serving unity and service in one of her programs. She's helping our team to grow. So this is just how it works. But you know what? Nancy would have never liked me if I didn't never go to WPN event. She wouldn't have known me. Same thing. Holly, if I never got a chance to meet Holly on social media, I wasn't engaging with her, tagging her, getting to know her, and then start seeing her at events, we wouldn't be partners today. So ladies and gentlemen, everything I share with you today, it's what they call, it's a proven remedy. It works. Systems. I love systems. And we see systems that elevate visibility. And I'm going to give you a few of them. When I put these up, this is going to be engaging, interactive. Anything that I post that come on that screen, if you know you use it as a system, give me an emoji. I don't care if it's a hand, a heart, a clap. I want to see this chat light up. Now, the first one, all these are systems I'm naming. The first one is email marketing system. Give me some emojis if you use that. Appointment scheduling, any calendar. Tell me if you use that. Text messaging. Everybody's hand ought to go up on text messaging. Eventbrite for events. I use it all the time. Networking systems. We on one right now. Zoom, Zoom, Zoom. Come on, come on, come on. Accounting and bookkeeping. Well, if we don't have one, we need to. Got to keep track of that money. And then, of course, social media management. How many of you are using social media to post your content, send out email campaigns, talk to your buddy, talk to your family? Social media management, as well as payment processing such as what? PayPal, Vimeo, Zelle, Cash App, the list goes on. And then, of course, website management. How many of you have a website? And I'm always having somebody to manage that. And then lastly, ladies and gentlemen, I want to go in on this thing here. I want to go in on this right here. Oh, my God, I didn't go back. I want to go in on this one right here. Go high level, go high level, go high level. And that's one of our most recent one is trending. What about Go High Level, the all-in-one system? Everybody just about on the platform is probably using it, planning on using it, or getting trained to use it, or whatever the case is. But everybody's heard about it. And Unity and Service uses the public speaking visibility system. That's the system that we use. And of course, what makes public speaking a system, ladies and gentlemen, because technically public speaking in and of itself is not a system. But what makes it a system is when we do the same process repeatedly. And we have been hosting these events, getting visibility on entrepreneurs since 2015. Since 2015, I've been hosting events in person. And then when the pandemic, we started doing online. And like Nancy told us in our training, our group training, when the pandemic hit, we were all panicked, all upset and uproar. We was nervous. We didn't know what we was going to do because everybody was working in person. And Nancy came and she called all of us together, the chapters that she had, all of us together. And in that one session, I remember she said to us, you don't have to change your vision. She said, all you have to do is pivot. And that means I didn't have to stop hosting events. I just had to get on this platform and learn how to use Zoom and other systems that will allow me to get that event out on a virtual platform. And I have been running ever since. And I tell you, thank you, Nancy, so much for your guidance. And I want to talk about here, maximizing your presence. Let's talk about it. In order to be more visible on this social media landscape, you have to be present. That's it. If you want to be successful, more successful, because some of us are successful, but you want more of what you're already getting. And I'm going to say this. Whenever my hands, I'm going in, this is me. Whenever my hands are not on a steering wheel, I'm on social media. So when y'all say y'all don't have time, that's because you don't want to make time. Because a lot of times we're sitting doing nothing. And we can be on social media responding to somebody that may have said, hey, I wanted to know more about the event you just shared. I want to know more about what you do in your healing program. But you didn't never go back and engage. So guess what? Or either you never posted anything about you in the first place. So they'll talk to somebody else. So as I said, anytime my hands are not on that steering wheel, when I'm in Uber, when I go out to dinner, and I have my cell phone and my selfie stick, because I know after dinner, I'm going to sit there and talk to the people because they like that kind of stuff. And then, of course, when I'm cruising, I always have internet, got to go cruising. I will not cruise on a cruise ship if I can't have internet. Well, you talking about somebody talking about if that back in the day when that internet wasn't working, I was a mess. And then we have, of course, how many times have we read a book while we were lazily lounging and taking a bath? And there's a little selfie stick, a pen right there, and her pencil, whatever. And when you do that, just take your selfie stick. I'm sorry, not the selfie stick. Take your little what you call that? Your I use them all the time. Take your stylus pen. I have my stylus pen because I don't want to wet my phone. But yes, I do. Check the phone periodically, because it depends on how long I'm gonna be in there. And then lastly, ladies and gentlemen, I said it, even when you're on the job. How many of y'all have taken this phone in the bathroom? You don't have to tell the truth. How many of y'all took the phone in the bathroom with y'all? We do it all the time. So again, we're talking about maximizing your presence, ladies and gentlemen. So there's no reason for us to sit up and say we don't have time for social media. That's not true. You choose not to do social media. Consistency creates visibility, and scheduling your social media posts keeps your business in front of your audience, even when you're doing other important things. And I'm a living proof of that. Our stuff is out there on social media today, tomorrow, and it's already out there. We post out to 30 some odd days sometimes, even more, depending on what we have to do on our schedule. So just because we're here at this event, we still have posts that has gone out for today, for this event, yesterday, whatever. Okay. So there are 5 benefits to scheduling your posts, and our team uses every last one of them pretty much daily. Number 1, it saves you valuable time. Number 2 is scheduling keeps you consistent. Definitely schedule them out 30 days. And you don't have to go back. All you have to do is go back every now and then and engage. Go to that networking button up there where it says networking or notifications and just respond to the people who are talking to you. You don't have to respond to everybody that's lit up on there. You want to respond to the people who are talking to you. And that's why branding is important, because you know your brand and you'll know who's talking to you, because you will pop up. Number 3, it reaches your audience in a timely manner. We send out email campaigns. I know that some people like to send them at the last minute, but they send them before the event, and that's what matters. So it gives you a farther reach, and it allows you scheduling, also lets you schedule so that it will still reach the people in a timely manner. Scheduling reduces your daily stress. When I know that I've already scheduled, or the team have already scheduled all my stuff out in the chat, Dr. Rogers, I scheduled your stuff, the content for the book, or I scheduled the content for the event to go out up through the end of July, up to the event date. I'm good. I'm good. Now, I do post when I feel like it, but if I don't post, it's okay because it's already done. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. But I normally post every day anyway, something. And then, of course, ladies and gentlemen, not only does it reduce your stress, but it improves content planning, because the more you do anything, the better you get at it. And planning always allow you to be organized, and it allows you, it takes the stress off, because a confused mind, as they say, don't make no money. And the last thing I just want to say to you is successful entrepreneurs learn to work smarter, not harder. And that post-scope scheduling that I was talking about is one of the simplest ways to automate. Everybody say automate, automate. Everybody write automate in the chat. Automate, automate, AUTOMATE. That's one of the simplest ways to automate your marketing and stay visible. Not just today, not just tomorrow, but year round. But again, practice is what makes us perfect. And you'll see this calendar again. Ladies and gentlemen, every stage you step into expands your influence. The only speech you will regret is the one that you never gave. And Unity in Service serves the beginning speakers. If you just want to start speaking, this platform is for you, because I'm going to help you through it. And of course, the semi-experts is for you, and the expert speakers all have a place on the platforms that we provide. And lastly, I wanted to say consistency increases confidence and opens doors, more doors of opportunity. That's a nugget, ladies and gentlemen. You need to write that down. Consistency increases your confidence. Anytime you do something over and over, that's what makes you an expert. And it opens more doors because people are watching you. And I just got an invitation for a magazine the other day. Just got an invitation for a podcast, and all comes to me on LinkedIn. They got these little scripts they send out. They've been watching me and all. Whatever. I know that some of them automated, but it doesn't matter how the script was written. What matters to me is the content that's in the script. And if they're inviting me to do something, I want to have a conversation with them, because that's just another opportunity, a door of opportunity for me to show my expertise and to get to know people in a whole new landscape. And so now let's talk about stop hiding your brilliance. Stop hiding your brilliance. If you decide today, ladies and gentlemen, stay with me now. This is all about you. I already got it. It's me. But we call it intellectual properties. But when we can take, as entrepreneurs, which is what we all do, we take our intellectual properties. That means we have to pour out of us into you. How do we do that? Because we can't meet with the whole world. What do? We put it in writing. We put the quizzes in writing. We put the book courses in writing. We put the workbooks in, whatever we put, because we want you to have it. And so this right here, if you decide today that you're ready to make that commitment to stop hiding, how many of y'all are ready to make a commitment to stop hiding? Anything that I said that may fit that fits you or you can attest to, give me emoji in the chat. If anything that I've said resonates with you today, give me emoji in the chat. And here's what you will receive. Here's what you will receive when you make this investment today. You will receive a 15-minute speaking opportunity. That alone is well worth it because you're going to get in front of an audience you didn't have to label for. We do the work. You speak while we fill the seats. You're also going to get a 30-minute podcast interview, 30 to 50 plus new leads ready to be imported into your system. We promote you and your brand across social media. In the interviews as well as the before the events that you're speaking in, as we give you proven strategies that work. These are things that I wrote out personally. I have to document that I do. I'm sharing them with you. Scheduling calendar is included in this package. Quizzes are included in this package, and increased visibility on social media. We can guarantee you increased visibility on social media if you make the investment and if you do the work that's in the book. Nobody standing over your shoulder. You work on your own pace, on your own time. But whatever you do, you have to commit to yourself to get it done because that's where you're going to start seeing the results. And of course, assistance with crafting your message. Any speaker that speaks in my event, sometimes people ask, well, what should I talk about? Or what do you recommend? I don't recommend anything. You're going to talk about whatever the gift is that God gave you to talk about. We don't touch your topic. However, I will allow you to go ahead and send it to me, and I'll definitely give you feedback. Why? Because we're on the same team. And sometimes I might see a little something you can throw in to kind of give it a little, spruce it up a little bit that maybe you don't know. Okay, because I've been doing this so long. So what I do is we share information because we do assist you in crafting because we want everybody to shine when their opportunity comes to speak and to do those podcast interviews. So this is the deal, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to get started today and you want to make a commitment to you, we're giving you have two options that will give you access today. You can pay a partial payment of only $248.50 using the PayPal link. Since I'm breaking that up, you can do that now to get started. And you can also pay full price today. And if you pay full price today, and the last event people paid full price, and they get extra, you get extra. You know what it is. You pay on time, you get extra. And this is what happens when they pay full out. You will get an additional 15 minutes. So now you're talking 2 30-minute, 2 15-minute speaking opportunities, 2 podcast interviews, and those podcast interview, I'm sorry, 1 30-minute podcast interview. And that 30-minute podcast interview can be broken up into 2 interviews. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not just about the knowledge I'm giving you. It's about you not doing the work. We're getting you in front of these audiences so you can spread your name, your services. You get connect, you get those email lists. It's also, ladies and gentlemen, about developing content for your YouTube channel, for you to post. These people, oh, I have my assistant is working for me. Well, if you got assistants working for you, you need to be giving them this replay we got and tell them to cut your speaking part out, and then they can chop it up in little spots, little pieces, or they can post it as a whole, as long as the platform takes at least, I think LinkedIn takes up to 15 minutes. Facebook gonna turn it into a reel, takes up to about 10 minutes. If you post on YouTube, on LinkedIn, I'm sorry, on TikTok. My point is this: you got to know the rules to the game in order to play the game. Okay, but all these platforms let you post on them. All these platforms allow you to download that app on your phone. Anything platform you on, you need to put that app on your phone, because I can use that app anywhere sitting in the car while my gas is filling up in the tank. So these are just nuggets, and these are some of the things that I'm already telling you is in the book. But at any rate, as I was saying, you can pay full out today. You'll get an additional 15-minute speaking opportunity. And of course, the months that we have left that available are April the 28th, September the 25th, October the 30th, and November the 11th. You still have time to get in on these last few events. And we want to give ourselves kudos because we are up to month 7, which will be going into month 8th month. And we have stuck to our commitments for the year. And I tell God, thank you for that. Thank you to my team, Sandra, Jasmine, all of you, Margaret, all of you who have assisted us along the way of all these events that we've hosted in the past. And of course, Iffy. And I want to say that you still have time, ladies and gentlemen, to make your presence known based on the dates that I've given you in 2026. And we have other speaking opportunities. And if you just want to know what else we got to offer, but my coach always told me, don't you present for one thing.
That's
so
right.
If y'all want to meet with me, if y'all want to meet with me and know some other opportunities, schedule on my calendar. Please drop that calendar link in the chat and you can schedule with me. But today you have until 12 o'clock midnight to take advantage of these speaking opportunities that I am offering you, because it's about building and connecting with these other speakers who also have speaking platforms. If you have a speaking platform, ladies and gentlemen, raise your hand. Raise your hand. Let everybody know. Put speaking in the chat because they need to connect with you. Put speaking in the chat. Speaking in the chat. Put speaking. If you have a platform, put speaking in the chat. And again, I have offered you my special bonus for today, and I look forward to serving you. And of course, I am Dr. Patricia Rogers. In my closing, I want to say this. Y'all even got a free gift. In my closing, I want to say this. People fail not for a lack of desire, but for a lack of commitment. You fail to commit to yourself because you're already thinking, what if I don't read? What if I don't do this? Well, what if you don't? You're going to stay stuck and stay where you are. But make a promise to yourself. Why? Because you deserve it. You have to 12 midnight to invest in the Visibility Transformation Bundle and get your voice heard through public speaking opportunities and podcast interviews. And with that, I want to say that I am Dr. Patricia Rogers, visibility strategist. And I said it, I am the CEO of Unity and Service, where people need people. That's my story I'm sticking to. What?
Let's hear it. Let's shout from the rooftops for Dr. Patricia Rogers, the visibility strategist, and OMG, what you put together to give them visibility, to make it easy for them to reach the people you need to meet. And like everybody should be jumping on this package. If you came here today because you want to be the one and you want to grow your business, you got to get out there because they're hiding with their problem. You're the one that needs to get out there so they can see you when they're scrolling along social media and say, oh, she's the one to help me. He's the one to help me. And Dr. Pat gives you that space and that stage to shine in your expertise. Wow. Like I have, that's package is like you might want to buy it now because she's coaching with me and it's way too inexpensive. So just some words of the wise. That is a minimum of a $1,500 package.
You're right. You're right.
I know I'm right. So buy this one because the next one, I promise you, is going to be more.
That's why I'm coaching with you, Nancy, because the next one's going to be $2,500. I'm working on it. It's going to be a hardcover workbook as well as a digital, and it's going to be it's going to have a lot of meat in it. So y'all, but this is what I call my mini course.
Yeah, but you're giving so much in that, all the opportunities to get in front of different people. And here's the thing I love about the way that you create your stages and your platforms. Sometimes you go to an organization or follow someone and it's only the same people over and over and over and over again because they're not also being visible on other platforms. They're not marketing as much on social media. You constantly bring new people in. Let her do the marketing for you. You're here. You probably don't like marketing. She's great at it and she loves it. Let her bring new people to you. You just got to show up and be brilliant. Get the package.
Awesome.
Get the package.
Awesome. Thank you, Kate. I think I saw a message from Kate. Thank you, Kate. Kate's in our coaching program with Nancy. She's assistant in that. I told y'all I wouldn't have known Kate if I didn't know Nancy. If I never connected with Nancy, I wouldn't know Kate. I wouldn't know Gail. The list goes on. I would not know Kelly. I would not know Joanna. Oh my God. I would not know who else? Yvonne. Yeah. So y'all, I'm telling you, the list goes on and on and on. And when you are in a community, you cannot help but succeed, but you have to stick and stay. You cannot be over here, that event. Then I'm over this like popcorn because nobody's getting to know you. But when you find a community like this, WPN, Susan Wiener's events that's coming up, Margaret, when you stick and stay with those people who are consistently making it happen, trust me when I tell you, doors are going to open up and people are going to start pouring into you because they get to know, like, and trust you.
That's right.
And a lot of times people don't have to know you in a community because Kate got the package. She's close to Kelly. So Kelly and her have been talking behind the scenes to see, well, if you got it, I'm going to get it. I got Go Level because Nancy got it. I got A Weber because Nancy got it. And Nancy done turned me on to so many cotton picking systems. And then I look up, she gone somewhere else. She found something better. But I guess what I do? I follow her because I know she found a better price because I already know she know how to do them deals. She know what to look for. So yes, we change from time to time, but as long as it's for the good and to get you where you need to go, I'm still waiting on her to give me my link for Go High Level because I want to sell Go High Level. How about that?
How about that?
Over to you, Nancy.
I'll get it to you. Right after this call. All right. Wow. Who's inspired, right? If you weren't inspired before Dr. Pat and you're not inspired now, I need to get a poker. Get your movement out of your seat again. All right. We got more goodness, more brilliance, and more wisdom to pour into you today to support you, to support your vision. Next up is the amazing Jackie Primrose. Get ready for this, my friends. The Heart Method for Building Wealth. Let's go ahead, bring Jacqueline Primrose to the stage. 15 minutes on the Heart Method for Building Wealth. Welcome, Jackie.
Thank you. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you, Dr. Rogers, and for all of those who are a member of this platform. It's been such an honor to be here. I don't want to waste a lot of time, but I did want to say that I learn something every time that I attend. And I know that there's so much more that I could learn just by being more consistent. So it's not just about taking in, it's not just about hearing, but it's about doing. So I just want to thank Dr. Rogers because she takes the time to make sure that you do not just hear, but you also do. So with that, my little background about me, I'm the owner of JP Enterprises and the creator of JPE Health and Wealth Advocates. And with that, I help people to get in touch with their health and wealth. And how that came about is I had a health scare and I could not figure out what was going on. You know, how do you feel when the doctor calls you and just says, are you sitting down? It was one of those kind of scary kind of things. And so I was like, what am I going to do? I did go to the doctor, I did different things. I couldn't figure out what was wrong. And eventually I started learning about gut health and I started learning about nutrition and I started learning about how to change my diet. And so I did a regimen that really helped me to turn that around. And I was like, hey, it's something to this health thing. But later, as I started working with people in health, because every time I learn something, I try to share it with other people, I found out that there's so many people that had the same symptoms or similar symptoms that I had. And it was all related to stress and poor nutrition, basically. But what I did was made a connection that, you know, hey, stress is connected to money a lot of times because that's what they're telling me, you know, well, I'm under stress. I'm the breadwinner. I can't make this happen. I can't make that happen. I don't see it coming together. And I mean, we don't always live in a financial world all the time. So we're not always thinking about that, how it's impacting us, how it's causing us to have more stress than what we can really handle. But believe me, it does matter that you keep a good track of your stress level and where it's coming from. And one of the things that I like in this events that we've talked today is that lots of people have talked about expressing yourself, talking about being centered, talking about giving away, letting other people be your purpose. And so with that, I'm going to share my screen. I do have a presentation I'm going to try to get up here. And if you at the end, if there's something that I say during this presentation, and at the end you want to reach me, the last slide in the presentation will be how you can reach me. And I also put my information in the chat as well. So let me see here. It's in slide view. Let's see if I can do this. I can do this. Let's see. That is not what I want. Screen. Share. Here. Okay, can everyone see this slide?
Yeah, but we got a little extra something going on here. So that your Zoom app is showing through this. So X out of there.
All right.
And then you want to turn into presentation mode because we can still see the Google Drive. I would not pick presenter view because it's going to get small.
Notes and everything.
Oh, there we go. I think we're good.
Okay, good. Okay.
Beautiful, Jackie.
So thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Nancy. So, you know, this is the heart method, and the heart method I came up because I'm visual. So I need something to help me to make connections. But also this really hit me to my heart because I was like really concerned about my health and how this was going to all work out. And I do have a heart for people as well. I really want people to live their best life. I love connecting with people. That's why I'm a part of this this whole platform with Dr. Rogers, and I appreciate her pouring into me for that. And so that's how I came up with this heart. It was just, but it really does mean something. So the heart method means, you know, balancing health, energy, alignment, restoration, and transformation. So, you know, when you think about health, there is a letter missing there, and that is healthy, the Y, the letter Y. And you can't get to the letter Y and you can't get to health without that first four letters, and that's heal, H-E-A-L. So we want to heal ourselves, but how can you heal if you don't know really what's going on? So we have to assess our energy level, assess where we're putting our efforts at, and that's where the alignment goes, and assess how we're pouring into ourselves. Are we actually giving ourselves the resources that we need before we can pour into others? And then assess transformation. Once we have these things in line, how are we showing up and how are we sharing that forward with the world? So the heart method, like I said, the H stands for heal. And you know you can't pour from an empty cup. And then when you get on an airplane, they always tell you put your oxygen mask on before you walk around the plane and help someone else. And so, you know, really that's just it. You have to take care of moi. We have to take care of ourselves. And that seems like a hard thing to do. Dr. Rogers has just finished talking about all the systems and all the things. And if we don't have a control of those systems, it may seem difficult for us to juggle everything. But do we really need to juggle everything? That's where the you're going to see later where the alignment comes in, because it may be that we're doing some things that really are not serving us, and they're not serving us well. We can't serve others. And so then there's the energy, and that's where we're showing up. What are we really doing? What are we doing to bring this mission and this drive we have to other people. Over 60% of moms are in the sandwich generation, reporting that they are feeling completely overwhelmed by mental and financial costs and care. And I'll tell you a story. I know of a friend, a former coworker. She had to take care. She retired not long after me, and she had to take care of her husband because right after she retired, her husband got sick. And she had all these plans. She even invited me to go to Tanzania with her, and I couldn't go because she couldn't go because she was forced to take care of her husband. That's fine. But where does it end? Because now her husband got recovered, her daughter got sick. Then she had to take care of the daughter, and she was doing all the things. The daughter couldn't take care of herself, couldn't dress herself, couldn't feed herself. And then, if that wasn't enough, the daughter got better, moved out, went on her way, and then the brother-in-law got sick. Then she had to take care of the brother-in-law, and she poured herself again. Now, what's left? And so I have been talking with her. Matter of fact, she and we talk on a regular basis now because I really want her to begin to look at what she's doing and also guard her own health, because what's next? You have taken care of dad, husband, daughter, brother-in-law, and who's pouring into you? And if we don't pour into ourselves, believe me, we'll be the ones needing that help next. And it's very expensive, you'll see. And alignment, alignment. This is where we talked about where does it all fit together? You know, your daily routine, how you're reflecting on with people, how you're connecting with people. What is it that you really want to show others? What really means a lot to you that you can share forward to others? Alignment means that you're doing things that align with your values, things that you believe in. It is something that kind of is your why. Why are you doing it? So if you don't really answer that question, you may be always out of alignment. Now, when you think about your car, if your car is out of alignment, what happens? You get a lot of jiggling here, a lot of jiggling there. And before you know it, you're buying another tire, because things are just not working together. And it's just like that with our activities. It's just like that with what we do on a daily basis. We have to assess on a daily basis, what are we doing? What are our top 3 gotta do's? Because we can't do everything on that list. That list is very long, and you have to have a way to prioritize that. But also, when you're looking at your finances, are you actually putting that at the top of your priority list? Because the average cost of long-term care, and that's what I was talking about with my friend, that's really what she was doing. She was providing long-term care to her family. That can now exceed $100,000 annually. And if we're not preparing for that, not that we want anything to happen to us, but do we see ourselves in a position where someone has to lift us, someone has to care for us, someone has to bathe us? Are we really ready for that? And as entrepreneurs, we're actually doing all these things, but we're not realizing that it's a ticking time bomb. So we definitely need to take a check in that and listen to some of these things that the ladies are saying today about getting in touch with yourself. And then let's restore. Because when you restore, that what is the word there that stands out? If you want to put it in the chat or whatever, I'll give you a few minutes. What is the word that stands out the most in the word restore? The root is rest. If you're not getting proper rest, it's not going to help that you're serving lots of people, because you're going to burn out, and we don't want that. If you burn out, you can't go out there and do your speeches. You can't consistently do your meetups with people, and you can't consistently market because you're too tired. You don't have anything to give. So you must get rest. Even that is R for restore, I really like R for rest. This is where you shift totally you shift your total focus, and it's like a hike. You know, you want to take care to look at your surroundings and make sure that you're you're really taking things in. Slow down. I told a story to someone the other day that when I was a child, the most important thing that I used to do to get away from the stress of my life at my home, because we had a lot of dysfunction in my house, I would go to a big green area like a park. I would sit under this great big tree, and I was leaning back, And I would look up through the leaves of that tree, and it just seemed like it kind of bathed me in calm. And you know what? We can do that. There's nature all around us. When's the last time you walked outside barefoot and let the grass go between your toes? These things kind of help us to restore and refresh, but we very seldom take the time to do it. I don't think we ever walk barefoot very much at all anymore. It's like the Nike generation that we're in right now. But just remember, you don't want to be on the other end of caregiving where someone is pouring 90% of their life into taking care of you, even though they know that they will do it in a heartbeat and they do it again. If there's a way for you to avoid that, let's do that. And I have ways to help you to get in the right position so that when that day comes, you don't have to be the one that is sucking somebody else's life down the drain, even though you can't help it, but it happens and you want to be prepared for that. And lastly, transformation. When you have it all together, you know it. You start feeling like this butterfly, a new creation. And the Bible even talks about be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. And that means that you have to start thinking about things differently. It's not about keeping up with the Joneses. It's really not about Benjamins. It's not about making all the money. It's about being an impact in the world. And even Elijah in the Bible had to take time out, go in that cave, sit with himself, and get rest. Even Christ had to go to the top of that temple, top of that mountain, and get rest. So it's no sin to slow down and take a moment and breathe. I'm even working with Patty. She's one of the members in this platform, and she's helping me to understand the Reiki process for doing that. And I would advise you to talk with any of these ladies who also show that they can help you with that transformation. Because when you are able to, like I said, put your mask on first, you can help others. So T is for transformation, and that's where true change happens in 1% shifts. While 69% of the sandwich caregivers report extreme financial pressure, those with a written plan report significantly lower stress. So write it out, make it plain, know what your strengths are, and work within that. You can't be everything to everyone. Just do what you do best, and the rest will take care of itself. Well, this is Jackie Primrose. I'm going to put this last slide up, and I'm going to let you can take a screenshot of that, or you can scan that QR code, but you can talk with me, you can connect with me, and we can figure out a path, a strategy for you to get your finances in order and also to get your health under wraps. So thank you so much for letting me share, Dr. Rogers, and for all of you in the Unity of Service family. Thank you.
All right, all right, all right. Let's hear it for Jackie Primrose, making sure that when something does happen, we don't become that burden, right? That's what we're really talking about here, how to be prepared, how to take care of yourself and take care of those that you care about that will end up caring for you, right?
Yes.
That's what happens. So what a beautiful way to turn your challenge into an opportunity to be of service to others. So let's hear it for Jackie Primrose. Yes, yes, yes. And Jackie, please do also drop your information in the chat because just in case people didn't have a chance to grab a picture of it. And I want to remind everybody to save the chat. It's got your links, it's got people's contact information. So make sure you do go ahead and save the chat. And Jackie, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Awesome, awesome. All right, we're going to move on to our next speaker, which I might get a little, verklempt and emotional introducing the next speaker because she happens to be somebody that I've known for my entire life. She has been my biggest cheerleader, supporter, and, locking arms, my ride or die in so many ways. The amazing, brilliant Susan Winner, my sister, my partner, my colleague, my bestie. Welcome to the stage, Susan Winner, who will be sharing today for 7 minutes on the magic in listening. Take it away, Susan.
Thank you, Nancy. Yes, yes, yes. How lucky am I that that's my sister? Right? Wouldn't everybody like to have a sister Nancy? I am so blessed, I can't even tell you. And how about my adopted sister, Dr. Pat, who put this thing together? Isn't she amazing? Let's give her a round of applause real quick because we absolutely love you, Dr. Pat, and thank you. I'm so happy that I get to be a part of this program and a part of your life. So you help us travel in packs, as I like to say. We do like to travel in packs, and you always introduce us to some great people. So thank you again. Thank you again. Today, I want to talk to you about the magic in actually listening. One of the skills that I've developed, I was blessed, I guess, because listening is how I learned to begin with. So I already am semi good at it, but I really worked on the skill of listening so that I could get to know people better. At the core, I just care about people. And the key, by the way, is to listening is to actually care. I would say that that's one of my biggest success tips, to actually care about the people that you come in contact with. Everybody has something good to contribute to your world. And you, of course, have something good to contribute to theirs, right? And so be the one, as Nancy talks about, this one philosophy, right? And know that those people are the one for you as well. I don't know about you, but even when I go to the supermarket, right? And I share a smile or with the cashier or behind, one of the deli counters or in the aisle in produce, even if I get to smile at them and get a smile back, that's huge. And that's communication. That's actually listening. That's paying attention. So there are so many different ways to do that. I remember I joke about it all the time. One of the ways that I was a college dropout, and yet despite that fact that I really moved up the corporate ladder when I was working in corporate. And I, of course, thank God I'm not there anymore, but I did get to move up the ladder and people would say, how did you do it without a degree? And I would say, I paid attention. I eavesdropped. I listened. Right. And that's how I learned. And I observed because language isn't just words, right? So I observed what was happening. And that's how I got to be where I was, in corporate. So I want to encourage you to do that. So many of us, right? There's many different levels of listening. One of them is not really paying attention. You're pretending you're listening, right? I know I've done that. I bet all of you have done that at least once, right? Without really engaging. But I love to listen and pay attention because I get to know people that way, and we're going to get a chance to practice our listening when we go into the next breakout. So I want to encourage you to do that. There are 3 tips I had written down for you for when you are networking and how to listen and be successful at it. And the first one is be fully present. You be with that person, make eye contact, right? Actually listen to what they're saying and be interested. Ask questions like, or make statements like, tell me more. Oh, wow, that's really interesting. What makes you so passionate about that? So you don't ask yes or no questions, but you actually ask questions to show that you're paying attention, right? And you want to listen to the person behind whatever it is they're saying. So get to know that person, not just what they do or, how they serve, which is important. But there's something underneath that as to why they do it. And when you get to know that, you get to know the person a little bit better. And my third tip for you is, let's see, what did I have? Listen to connect, not to impress. And listen to understand that person, not to respond to that person. I know that I have been known to listen, and in my mind the whole time I'm preparing how am I going to respond, right? And I'm not really fully present with that person. I know that I've been known to do that, and I make every effort not to. And that's something that you want to be conscious about, right? You want to go into that consciously. So again, you're going to get to practice this when we go in to do the next networking session. And I challenge you to see how much you can learn about the people that you're in there with beyond the little statements that we're going to make, right? So, and I would love to hear your feedback on that after the fact. You guys can drop me a note or, I would love to hear how it went. So those are my tips for you as far as communication and listening. And this across the board. You know, when you have an interaction with your husband, partner, friend, be fully present. Don't think about next, you know, how can I help? What am I going to do? But first, just really pay attention and understand what they really know and what they really need. And those are my tips for today. I mean, there is so much magic in really listening. I can't even verbalize it because it's just so amazing. And you're going to meet the richest people and have the richest relationships when you do this. So those are my tips for the day. And like I said, I'm excited to hear about after you go into the next networking session, which is coming up any minute, I believe, how much you learned about people. So I do have some presents for you, by the way. I'm going to drop them in the chat as soon as we're done. One of the presents I have is I know there are a bunch of new people here as well as people that are locked into our community, right? But I want to offer you an opportunity to have a free connection and directory listing in our women's business directory for WPN. So I'm going to drop that in the chat. There'll be a link. You just click on it and go back to it later and get that free listing. And the other thing is we have a networking event coming up on August 18th, just a couple of weeks from now. And I want to give each of you a complimentary ticket to that. So I'm also going to put a link in the chat so that you can register and join us and come meet more awesome, wonderful people like you and be with a lot of these people again, too, to really deepen your relationships. So that's it for me. Take it away, Nancy Matthews, I assume we go back to, right?
Yes, I'm going to join you on the stage. Jasmine, you are on it. Let's hear it for Jasmine.
Oh, she's so amazing.
Good. I know.
She is amazing.
And for Susan Winter, right, to be able to listen when I ramble too sometimes. So that's a skill you
don't we all?
And the networking with a twist is phenomenal. That was actually what Immaculata used to create the CSV file.
I saw that. I saw it.
From networking with a twist. And there's so many. If you're here because you're part of Women's Prosperity Network, raise your hand or put something in the chat. It's a huge community of heart-centered, impact-focused women who love to do business with each other and support each other. So Susan Winter is a co-founder of that amazing community, and she rocks it. So thank you, Sister Susan. Let's hear it. Everybody applaud Susan.
My
Yes,
pleasure.
yes,
My
yes.
pleasure, for sure.
Oh, what a good day. And yes, we're going to go into a breakout session in just a moment. But before that, we have an announcement from Holly, who is here today to share a special announcement. I am just meeting you for the first time, and I'm so happy to. Yay! Love, love, love it. So take it away and share your special announcement.
Thank you so much. It's an honor and privilege to be on this platform. I'm grateful for the opportunity to be here with you and grateful for Dr. Patricia Rogers for creating this space and for being one of our featured speakers at my upcoming event. May I ask you a question? What if one conversation could introduce you to an idea, a relationship, or a strategy that changes the direction of your business and your life? That is exactly why I created Secrets to Being a High-Performing Entrepreneur, The Experience. This is a free, live, 3-day virtual experience taking place August 17th through the 19th, where you'll learn from accomplished entrepreneurs and thought leaders who are passionate about sharing their practical strategies and world experience and lessons you can apply immediately. If you enjoyed hearing from Dr. Patricia Rogers, you'll have the opportunity to learn from her again as part of this experience, along with other inspiring speakers from a variety of industries. My vision is simple: to bring together people who are committed to growing their business, expanding their impact, and creating success without sacrificing their health, relationship, or purpose. I also like to extend something special to everyone attending today's event. Your free attendee registration is available today, and I would be grateful to welcome you. That free seat is for August 17th through the 19th. But if you're a coach, consultant, author, speaker, entrepreneur, or business owner who has a message to share, there are also a limited number of featured speaker opportunities that are available. As a special thank you for being part of Dr. Patricia Rogers' community, you'll receive a 50% off the featured speaker investment. This exclusive offer is available only to attendees of today's event. So I'll put that in the chat. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I can't wait to see more about the event and the speaking opportunity. So once again, if you are here and you're looking for expansion, Hale has a whole nother audience. One of the things that's key about growing your business is how to leverage other people's marketing efforts. So Hale, you're working it to fill that event, aren't you?
Yes, thank you so much. Yes, yes.
Yeah,
And
so
I'll
she's working. Let her do the work and you show up and be fabulous.
Yes.
Which you can all do.
And I'll put
Awesome.
Dr. Patricia's link in the chat.
Perfect, perfect. Yeah, so go ahead and drop that in the chat. And we're going to get ready to go into another breakout session. This will be our final breakout round. And during this session, I want to invite you to tap into something a little deeper for yourselves and the people that you're with. So, as Susan said, be a great listener inside that room. Listen for how you can be the one. And then share, you're going to share your name and what you do, but start off the what you do by who you love to work with. Like your perfect ideal client, who is that? Go ahead and give that description. Like for me, I love to work with people who are here to make a positive difference, who have something exciting, who are passionate about what they do, and they want to tell more people no. They want more people to know about what it is that they do so that they can make a big difference in the world. That's who I love to work with. I'll work with other types of businesses, but who I love to work with is people who are really passionate and committed and willing to step up and share their message in a bigger way. So, who do you love to work with? Let your partners in your mastermind group know. So, once again, we're going to do a total of 10 minutes. You'll have about 2 minutes per person. When you get into your rooms, I'll maneuver around in case there's any imbalance happening there. So, just sit tight for a moment and have a good time. Are you ready to go? Meet the ones and be the one? Listen up, it'll be good. All right, enjoy. Head over and into your rooms.
We are mothers, we are grandmothers, we are wives, and we are business owners. Obviously, we can do that well too. But most importantly, sometimes we need help.
Yep.
Yep. So we are women of many hats, and sometimes we just need additional support. We need help, and it's great when we come together. And that's why, as women with power, we help women. I am a connector too. I know Nancy, you were talking about that, so that is my passion. Women.
I love it. Let's celebrate and show her some love. And we're going to be hearing from her in just a few minutes, a couple more presenters, and then we're going to hear from Yolanda. So that's beautiful. Let me hear from Onique. Who do you love to serve?
Hi, everyone. My name is Onique Oliver. I'm a doula and an end of life specialist. I'm the CEO of Trusted Servants. And who I love to serve is professional women who's on the go and they are God centered, God led, God focused. I love working with them to make sure that they have their paperwork in place because I know too well what it's like to not have a paperwork in place. So that's who I love to work with.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Everybody celebrate Onique. That is wonderful. Christine, and we're going to have time probably for 2 or 3 more. So this is an opportunity for you to share with a group of 30 people. You get the opportunity, take the stage. So I'm going to go Christine, and then let's do 2 or 3 more after that. Christine Best, who do you love to serve?
Thank you, Nancy. I
You're
love to
welcome.
serve entrepreneurs, business owners, and leaders who are interested in their health and well-being, but are prepared to invest in their health and well-being.
Good.
Because health and well-being should not be an expense, it should be an investment.
Yes,
Because
yes,
if
yes.
you think about it, you will spend a whole lot less money, and if you invest, because when you're unwell, it will cost you a whole lot more in quality of life as well as money.
Yeah, your best investment is prevention.
Yep.
Yes. Well done. Let's hear it for Christine. And then we're going to hear from CEO Karen, and we're going to hear from Tina, and then we'll go and move to our next speaker. So kudos for raising your hands to speak up and share who you love to serve. CEO Karen McCoy.
Happy everyday ladies. Great to see y'all, and gentlemen, great to be here with you all. I love to serve small business owners and their employees. There's things to go on in your lives every day, and you're looking for an answer. I have the answer. And we also make the small business owner become the shero or the hero to their team members. So love to reach out. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Beautiful. That was a great share. Thank you, Karen. And taking us home, Tina, I haven't seen you in such a long time. My heart is warm to see you here today.
Oh, thank you. It's nice seeing you here. You're a very encouraging person to be around.
Yes. Yeah, look who I'm surrounded by.
Yes, yes.
That's good. Who do you love to serve?
Well, I love to serve people, well, in businesses and personal life, people who love to build relationships. And I have the tool that helps to build relationships by the tool is to have the opportunity to send out the greeting cards online, and everything is compacted right here online on your cell phone, and you don't have to leave your home. Even the company will ship the cards out through postal, and we also have the digital ones as well. So I'm here to serve and help you to build relationship in your businesses.
Wonderful, wonderful. Let's celebrate Tina as well as the others who stood up and said, I'm here to serve, and here's how I do it. Absolutely perfect. All right, we have got 4 more presentations to enjoy. And our next is the beautiful heart-centered leader, founder of the Heart's Voice movement, Gail Dixon, sharing for us 7 minutes on One Heart, Many Voices. Welcome to the stage, Gail Dixon.
Thank you so much, Nancy. It's wonderful to be here with all of you, and the many voices that we've heard today just undergird and reinforce the message I want to share with you. You know, these days I'm hearing from a lot of people that they feel like the world is divided and we're separate and there's so much animosity. What if that's not the true story? What if the underlying true story is that we've simply forgotten who we are? What if in the beginning there was only one heart, one source, one love, and that love was scattered into a million, billion, zillion beautiful expressions? You, me, every person we encounter. Each of us carries a unique expression of that one heart. And our voices are wonderfully different because each of us has been entrusted with a different gift, a different perspective, a different way of expressing love in the world. The goal isn't for us to all sound alike. The goal is for every unique voice to speak from the same heart. One heart, many voices calling us home. You know, folks often ask me, how do we change the world? The truth is, we don't begin with the world. We begin with the person whose voice we hear more than anyone else's, our own. Every single day, we have thousands of conversations within ourselves. And some of them sound like, I'm not enough. I always get this wrong. Who am I to say anything? No one really wants to hear what I have to say. If those are the conversations happening at the center of our lives, guess what flows out into all the other relationships? Fear and defensiveness and judgment and separation. But what if we begin speaking to ourselves the way love has always spoken to us? You belong. You matter. You have something beautiful to contribute. You don't have to be perfect to make a difference. When we change the conversation in the center, every ripple beyond it begins to change. It begins here with me. The way I speak to myself shapes the way I speak to my family. The way I speak to my family shapes the way I show up at work. The way I show up at work shapes my influence in the community. And what I do in my community ripples out into the wider world. You know, we often try to make the change from the outer circles in, but love always begins in the center. One heart, many voices, calling us home. So what does that actually look like? It means speaking with the heart's voice. So before I speak, I ask one simple question. What does love sound like here? Not how do I win? How do I prove my point? How do I get them to agree with me? But instead, how can I encourage? How can I bring understanding? How can I lift someone up? How can I honor the humanity of this person? And then I do what Susan talked about that she's so good at. I listen with the heart's ear, not just to the words, but to the person behind the words. Because beneath anger is often fear, and beneath certainty is often uncertainty. Beneath silence is often someone longing to know that they matter. And sometimes the greatest gift we give to someone else isn't our wisdom. It's our willingness to truly see and hear them. So why does this matter? Because living my heart changes us first. We carry less regret because we respond instead of react. We build stronger relationships because people feel safe with us. We become more courageous because we're speaking from our values instead of from our fears. We discover more peace because we're no longer armored for battle in every conversation. And perhaps most importantly, we begin to enjoy becoming the person we're meant to be. That's what coming home feels like. So, how do we heal a divided world? Right here. We start here. The next conversation isn't the one you'll have with your spouse or your child or your coworker or the stranger you'll meet this afternoon. The next conversation is the one you'll have with yourself as soon as you close this Zoom meeting. Will that conversation sound like fear or will it sound like love? Because every ripple begins in the center. And every conversation that begins in love carries that love a little farther into the world. One person, one conversation, one ripple at a time. One heart, many voices, calling us all back home. Join me and let's begin by coming home ourselves.
Oh my goodness, how do you do that? Like, she is so grounded, so wise to bring us back to what really matters: our heart's voice, our love, and our connection with one another. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Gail. That was like, I'm sitting here going, oh my gosh, that's her TED Talk for sure. I want to
you.
watch it over and over again. I want to read it. I want to just live it. So thank you for embodying and exemplifying the heart's voice and leading the heart's voice movement. Please do drop your links in the chat so people can join the movement. Let's hear it for Gail Dixon.
Thank you.
Oof. I keep getting more filled up, and there's more coming. We got more coming. I am so delighted to bring on our next speaker. Kelly Chikoski is here to share with us how we can all transform and rise. She is a new friend to me, only a couple of months knowing each other, and I have just fallen in love with who she is, how she is, and what she brings to the world and what she's about to bring to all of you. So welcome, Kelly Chikowski.
Thank you, Nancy. I am honored to be here among such an amazing group of amazing people who do so much to help others. That's what we all want to do. And I want to thank Dr. Pat for her guidance and her love, and of course, Nancy for theirs. And it's really hard to follow Gail Dixon, but I will do my best. Thank you, Gail. That was beautiful. And all of the former presenters. So I would like all of you to wave your hand if you have ever experienced a hypnosis transformation of any kind at all. Awesome. Now, some have and some haven't. So it is a powerful experience. And if you haven't experienced it, I want to change your mind and hope that you will convince yourself to do that. So what a lot of people don't understand is that hypnosis is just a form of deep relaxation. And when allowed, which is the key to successful hypnosis, you must allow yourself to experience it. It enables you to move past the noise of your mind and the noise of outside, your conditioning, your patterns, your beliefs, and get straight to the truth. You're always in full control. You could literally open your eyes and be out of it, but most people don't want to because it's really an amazing place to be. But allowing the act of hypnosis grants you access to a process that's able to clear and change your thought patterns. And by changing your thought patterns, you can literally reprogram your entire life. So a little bit about me, overcoming a drug addiction to cocaine many years ago, suffering from domestic violence caused by the addiction, and then being able to land a career in law enforcement were the biggest highlights of my spiritual breakthrough. And when I was going through them, I wasn't aware that I was going through a spiritual breakthrough. I just was living my life and, taking the next step that was available to me. I went from one end of the spectrum to the other because those are usually words people don't use in the same sentence. But my ability to let go of the past using the tools of hypnosis, among other things, was something that I wanted to share with the world, because who does that? How do you get out of that low vibrational existence and into something where you're helping people? And I used my law enforcement career. I only arrested one person in my whole career, but I used my career to teach others and to educate others. And that's what a large part of my time in law enforcement was. I was a lecturer, I was an educator, I was an auditor. So I did a lot of teaching. And when I got out of that, I was able to feel empowered to use the skills that I learned in law enforcement and the presentation of, standing in your power to help others find themselves, empower themselves. After I was able to, get out of the addiction and domestic violence and all of that stuff, I moved to Florida from rural Ohio and I wrote a book. My book is To the Beach, Cut Ties and Run. Link is in the chat. It is the gritty beginning, the raw beginning of my story of how I cut ties with the chaos and I figured it out as best I could. It's not a smooth story. There are a lot of bumps in the road for me. It was a huge struggle. Moving to Florida seemed like a great idea, but it was a lot of learning experiences for which I'm grateful, Because if I didn't have all those crazy things happen to me, I wouldn't be who I am today. And I wouldn't be able to stand in front of other people and offer my wisdom and experience. I worked for the Florida Highway Patrol for 11 years. And when it was time to go, Spirit told me it's time to go. So I didn't listen, of course. And then they made me listen. So I did that. And I also, throughout my 11 years, I was looking for other opportunities to heal. I was exploring improving my health because I don't want to call it an official near-death experience, but my body began shutting down. My kidneys were shutting down because I was dehydrated. I was getting kidney stones where I was actually hospitalized numerous times and one time with an ambulance ride. My liver was unhappy. My female organs, which are a huge detoxifying part of our body, were very toxic, and I ended up having to have a hysterectomy at 39. So my body was shutting down because I was not living a good life. Through all of the education and healing work that I did, I learned how to detoxify the body. I learned how to detoxify the mind. I learned how to be stronger. And I learned that we are all souls having a human experience, and that life is not about avoiding challenges, but growing through them. Huge lesson, learned it many times over. The curiosity that I had about my healing as I started to experience it was what actually prepared me for my current chapter. My second book, which is the remaining portion of my life, the good part, the healing, the experience, and all that stuff, comes out later this year. It's called Back to the Beach, just so it's a catchy sequel. But I also am working with Nancy, and I'm learning how to help people understand that learning the why behind your experiences is what helps you heal. I became certified in hypnosis to help others. Then it led me to a really great deep dive into quantum healing, including quantum healing hypnosis, past life regression. And even though I was doing a combination of different modalities, I felt like there was still something missing. So that's what led me to create my own modality, which is called Transform Hypnosis. I am the only person in the world who does it. And it is a combination of past life regression, current life look back, quantum healing, transformational hypnosis, and my intuitive channeling. Because I am gifted to have an amazing intuition, and I am able to connect and channel with, let's call them higher dimensional entities. They give me guidance. I can connect with your guides. So my hypnosis sessions are not just, oh, let's stop smoking. They are, let's dig into your life and find the root cause of everything that's bothering you, and let's get it taken care of. So they're not short sessions, but I feel that the length of time involved in my sessions is needed so that people can really heal and grow and get a good leg up on the next transformation they need to experience. One thing I learned in my darkest days is that we are not defined by what happened to us. We are defined by what we choose to do next. And while the book offers insight, it's not the one-on-one session that provides the immediate breakthrough. We are all responsible for our own destiny. So if you've been searching for answers or you're ready to have a breakthrough, I invite you to schedule a complimentary clarity call with me. I've put all the links in the chat. Thank you so much. And I look forward to meeting all of you on a call.
Oh, well done, Kelly. Right on the nose.
Thank you.
That was absolutely fantastic. Your story is inspiring and speaks the truth. Like for me, for the other speakers that were here, like we might look good right now, but you don't know what we used to and what we've all been through, right? So we all have the opportunity to transform and rise, and Kelly is here to guide you to doing so. So let's hear it for Kelly Chakosky. All right, so good, so good. All right, we still have two more amazing presenters. Next up is Yvonne McCoy sharing how to get clarity, get confident, and get consistent clients. Who wants more of that? I'll take some. Yes, thank you. Yeah. So welcome to the stage, Yvonne McCoy. 15 minutes. There she is. Click that little microphone so we can hear you.
Okay. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. I have to tell you, this is the perfect storm right now between what's going on in the background and my concussed brain. So I'm going to try to stay on topic and give you as much as I can. So I have
Yvonne,
a couple
can
of
I
things
mention?
to put in the chat to get us started.
Yvonne,
So how many of you
Yvonne.
here want more clarity, more confidence, more clients, or all of the above? Put a
Yvonne,
number in the chat.
Yvonne,
Because one of the things that I
Yvonne,
found is
please
if
stop.
your right fit
She can't
clients is
hear.
looking for something
Yeah.
that you've overlooked that comes naturally to you, you can make a small change and grow your business in a big way. Okay? Did that go in the chat? Yes.
Yvonne,
Okay.
can you hear me? Yvonne, can you hear me?
Do I hear somebody saying, Yvonne, can you
Yeah.
hear me?
Yeah, we're trying to get you. The problem is there's an echo from your speaker giving feedback to everybody.
I'm sorry, say that again.
I know. There's
I live at the
end of all the houses. There's something playing in the background on your computer.
I don't have to worry about it. On my computer. All right.
It has to be. I have everybody else silent, so I don't know.
Especially this time of the year.
Why don't you make a booby trap one and
So is there something playing on your computer?
Or is there a radio on?
Did it go away?
It did.
All right, then it turned out it was me. I'm sorry, everybody. I didn't know that I was doing that.
Okay, but now we can hear you beautifully. So
Well, thank you.
There we go.
I apologize because I actually did that in somebody else's in our breakout room as well. So what I asked was, who wanted more clarity, who wanted more confidence, more clients, or all of the above? This makes it so I can actually hear myself think, and I was the one who had myself scrambled. Okay, so the thing is, what people don't realize is the path to more confidence and more clients actually begins with clarity. We so often where we want to jump in is, I want another strategy, I want another tactic, I want another course, I want another whatever. You can't get the best out of those things if you don't know where you're going. I often say it doesn't matter how fast you're going if you're going in the wrong direction. And one of the great things about this conversation has been you have gotten so much great information, both from Nancy, from all the other speakers that talked about, from Gail, that talked about how who you are makes the difference in your business. And so that's really what I want to talk about as well. I'm Yvonne McCoy, and I have more than 30 years helping entrepreneurs discover that the biggest obstacle to growth usually is not lack of talent or experience or hard work. It's a lack of clarity, not because they don't have value, but because they haven't learned how to help the right people recognize it. Everything changes when you are clear about your clarity. And let me also add, because we talked about this, part of your clarity is also your purpose. Because one of the things that happens is entrepreneurship is not for the weak of heart, because you can wake up one in the morning and say, I'm going to do this, and end up someplace totally different. And one of the things that happened just 10 minutes ago is my husband decided he needed to go to the ER. So that is not what I had intended today. And I mean, he's not bleeding or anything like that, but I'm glad he decided to go. So let's do this and get the most out of it. Because clarity changes everything, right? And most people think clarity means that you have a perfect plan, but that's not true. Clarity isn't a destination, it's a way of thinking. And that's because you're always shooting at a moving target, because the marketplace is changing faster than everything. Yesterday's strategies won't solve tomorrow's challenges. Entrepreneurs who thrive are the ones who recognize what makes them valuable through time so that they can communicate it clearly. And I want to say this really strongly. They can adapt as the world changes. You can adapt as the world changes. You have an awareness. You have a way to get outside perspective. That's why communities like Dr. Patricia's is so important, that you have communities, and from the community that Nancy has, so people can cue you in on the things, you know, that you need to hear, because none of us is great at everything. And it's our communities who hold us up and go, don't forget this, see this, all right? So what I want to talk to you about is a new way of thinking about business, and why you may be struggling with your business, even though you're really good at what you do. So the thing that I want to say to you is that I hear over and over again is, you know, when things are not going well, the first thing we say to ourselves is, what's wrong with me? I'm smart, I should be able to do this. How come I can't figure this out, right? It's not you. You need to know what the other things that are going on. So for years, our business was put together a certain way, not only just our businesses, but our whole educational process. I mean, we were learned, you know, we had to follow a certain roadmap. We had to take certain steps to get where we were going in the industrial age, because basically we were educated to be followers. We were not educated to be superstars and think outside of the box. You know, a perfect example of this is when I was in my geometry class, I would never read the chapter unless I couldn't solve the problem. And I go in the class and the teacher says, put it on the board, and I put it on, and I have 3 steps. Everybody else in the class had 20 steps or 26 steps. And my teacher said, why don't you read the book and do it right? Right? Will somebody else come up and put it up right? And my thought is, why do I need to go through 20 steps when I can get there in 3? And that's exactly what happens with the cookie cutter way we've been told about marketing and things. Because as we got into the information age, information came faster. Traditionally, information was scarce. Experts were the people who were the gatekeepers to information. Your outreach was limited to local communities. Your customers had fewer choices. All of that has changed, right? Now you have more information than you know what to do with, which is why you're overwhelmed. I remember when the fax machine came out, and I was like really discouraged because people wanted things like in the next hour. Now I get upset if my computer doesn't load up in 2 seconds, right? So that's why we're overwhelmed. And that's why it's harder for the right people to find you, especially if you keep changing in midstream, right? So it's not about having more programs. If you think about the fact that, you know, they say that if you have a program, you have to put it out there 12 times. If you have 5 different programs, you're looking at 60 times. The person who sees you on Monday doesn't know what you're doing on Thursday because you've changed. So clarity is also about focus. It helps to streamline your business. It helps to make you a brighter light in that sea of lights because you're focused on one thing. Visibility is important, and there's so many channels to be visible. But what I want to say to you is it's not just visibility, it's recognition. And I'm going to talk about that more because I have a panel that's coming up next week that's called the Strategic Visibility Shift. Don't be just visible, be recognized. And this question has really fascinated me for a long time, because one of the things we don't talk about, right, is how do you become memorable? How do you explore different perspectives? You know, when I first started coaching, I was like, I teach change, but everybody teaches change, right? But the way I teach change is different than other people teach change, because I have had different experiences and that kind of thing. And that's what you need to find, because the people who relate to you are the people who need your undervalued skills. The things that we say, doesn't everybody do that? Or can't everybody do that? That's the thing that makes you so valuable to your right fit client, because they can't do that. And they find it amazing that you can do that and you can help them. And here's the extra part to that. It's not enough to have access to information. The thing that's really important, I think, for any coach or any consultant is, how do you make that information usable? How do you help people figure out what their clarity is so that they can streamline the information they're taking in and actually put it to work. So one of the questions that I'm going to say to you is, you've heard lots of people today already and some amazing speakers, and you may have learned something, but did you say to yourself, where am I going to use this? Or did you just make a note to it? Because if you don't say to yourself, where am I going to use this? You're not. And the next step to that is that you need to share it with somebody else, because that way, not only do you internalize it, but you also make yourself more of an authority because you've given somebody else some information. And the last part that I'm going to challenge you to when we get to the end is, when are you going to use it? How many times have you said to yourself, oh, I could have used this, but I didn't think about it? I want you to put something in your calendar, a note to yourself. I'm going to use this the next time I do this. I'm going to put it on my calendar. Okay, I'm going to get back to my talk. It just happens to be a hot button for me. I want you to think of marketing as a dimmer switch, okay? Life and marketing is not a light switch. It's not on or off. It's got two different ends, and there are a myriad of opportunities in between. So one of the things that people don't say to you often is, you have to take a look at it from your client's perspective. If your client is not on LinkedIn, then you're wasting your time being on LinkedIn. If your client is on LinkedIn and you're not on LinkedIn, then you're, spending your time where you shouldn't. So there's a combination between some of the traditional marketing and some of the newer marketing. And it isn't just like somebody told me to do this. That's probably the biggest mistake, is following somebody blindly. The biggest thing is knowing your client and how they go through their decision-making process. I have a client that is a cancer survivor coach. People, when they discover they have cancer, they are looking for a solution immediately. People who have bad knees will go for years before they decide they need a solution. You need to know how your client is traveling through that journey to get to trust and get to a solution. So, you have your recipe includes a whole lot of things. And the thing that makes it different, even if somebody else is doing exactly the same thing, right, is not which one is right. That's the wrong question. And we've heard somebody else talk about, you have to ask the right question. The right question is, where on the scale are my right fit clients likely to recognize my value? Where are they going to be looking for me as a solution? So, like I said, one of the things that I'm going to do, we can use AI. People have talked about that. I have a prompt I'm going to give you at the end to help you to kind of start looking at your unique value. So the shift that I want you to talk about is understanding what makes you valuable, right? So that you can stop sounding like everybody else. You can stop chasing every strategy. You can stop wondering if you're saying the right thing. Instead, you become more easily recognized. You're easier to remember. You're easier to trust. And eventually, you're easier to choose. And here's the other thing. Your life in general is easier. I remember a time in my life when I had young kids, and I said, outside my house, I was, corporate. Inside my house, I was mom. And sometimes I got them mixed up. I treated my team like they were my kids, and I treated my kids like they were my team, And as women in particular, we are always juggling a lot of demands. So when you figure out what makes you invaluable, what are your strengths? What are the things that you're really good at? Who are you really like, right? And not following somebody else's description of what they think you should be. Life is good. I don't know how else to say it. It is amazing. You are comfortable in your skin, and you don't have to worry about what's happening. You just are who you are. And because of that, I've had the experience when I wasn't like that. I gave a workshop once, and one of my clients came and she said to me afterwards, she goes, I don't know who that person was that gave that workshop, but that was not the client I liked. That was not the coach I liked working with. So that's the reason that I put together the Be Found workshop, because most of us don't need to be fixed. We're good at client delivery. We're good when we work with a client, our clients love us, right? So it's not about service delivery or fixing our programs. It's more about having the right people find you. And so this is what I want to say really fast. It's a process. It's really easy. It's flexible for everybody. You can do it. So this is what I want to do because I have gone over. There are lots of ways that you can connect with me. I have a couple of events that are coming up. And so you're more than welcome. One of the things that I want to make sure that you see is if you're having an event, I will put it in my newsletter. And that will be another way to help you get visibility. And the last thing I wanted you to put in is I want you to try this prompt because this is going to help you to start to I'm not going to guarantee that it's going to give you the exact answer. I always say to people, one of the things it does is it'll probably give you 5 things. 3 of them you'll love, 1 of them you already know, and 1 you absolutely hate. Right? But it will help you to be curious and do the things that will help you to get started. Use AI not to, create your content, but to help you to be a thought processor so that it can help to evaluate what you're doing. I mean, I always put whatever I write in, I go, have I hit these things that are really important to me? Have I taken my client on the journey that they need? So that's what I want to put into you. I have several resources for you. I am so glad I could be here. I am so sorry that I have had my background going and that my brain is a little bit scrambled, but I hope that you will reach out because I got lots of things that I think will help you. The visibility and the Be Found workshop and the prompt. Try the prompt. I think you'll like it. Thank you so much.
All right, let's hear it for Yvonne McCoy, managing
Great
multiple
job.
challenges
In
and
spite
showing
of all
up
your
and
challenges.
delivering
Yeah.
great value. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you, Yvonne.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was really great. I used the prompt. It was amazing. So go ahead and grab the prompt. I was like, oh yeah, that is what I do. That is what I do. And I already have a pretty good, line on how to explain it, but this makes it even better. So thank you, thank you, thank you, I'm not Dr. Yvonne McCoy. I look forward to connecting and seeing
Absolutely.
how we can play together more. That was beautiful.
Absolutely.
All right, we are going to round out this day with our final presenter, Yolanda Only, who is here to share with us how to turn your ideas into income using AI. 15 minutes. Welcome to the stage, Yolanda Only.
Yay! Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. So I am last but definitely not least. Can you all hear me okay?
We're all waiting for
Okay,
you. She put you
wonderful,
as the
wonderful,
bookend
wonderful.
to keep us all here.
Yay! So first, I would like to really and truly give honor to God that we are all here. We could have been anywhere else, but we are here online. And also, I wanted to thank the beautiful Dr. Rogers. Dr. Rogers, we thank you so much. So let's give her some fingers. Thank you, Dr. Rogers, for having all of us here. Put it in the chat. Give your emojis. Thank you, Dr. Rogers. So, and also, I want us to thank each other. I want you to thank yourselves. Thank yourselves. Thank yourselves. Thank yourselves. We could have been anywhere else, but we are here together. We are learning together. And I thank you for that. So, you should be honored as well. So, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, you all, for having me. I am going to talk to you about 3 things today. It's just like Novocaine, and it will always work. Okay. So raise your hand if you are a business owner, or put it in the chat. Raise your hand, give an emoji. Okay, wonderful. Raise your hand if you had a genie that you will want more time in a day. Everybody's hands should be up. Nobody wants more time? Absolutely. We all could use more time, right? All right. And the last thing, raise your hand if you wish you had someone else to help you. Yeah, me too, right? Absolutely. So I am going to show you how to think smart and how to turn your ideas into income and how to buy back your time. So let me share my screen with you and we will get started. I'm so excited. All right. Let me pull it up. And can you all see my slide? Let me know if you can see it. It says the business that gives you your
Yeah,
life back. You
we're
can see
good.
it?
Yeah, we're
Okay.
good.
All right. Thank you so much, Nancy, for that. So there again, like I said, I'm going to show you how to think smart, how to build smart, and how to live fully. Now that I know who my people are, I know that most of us are business owners, right? But what we don't really realize, and the reason why I kept Gamma on here is because I don't gatekeep. I want you all to know how I made this slide in you ready? Less than 5 minutes. I made all of these slides in less than 5 minutes. I know, like I said, I don't have that type of time. I know that I am a mom. I know that I'm a wife. I know that I'm even a Mimi and I work another full-time job. I am busy at the wazoo. So I try to use things that's going to save me time, earn me more money, and in return to give me more time back with my family. So what if I told you that the business that we all so adore that we do have, it seems like this business is consuming us. Okay. So the purpose of me starting my own business was to be able to have more time with my family. But what I soon realized was that the business was taking me further away from my family because I'm having to do this, I'm having to do that, I'm having to advertise. And thank goodness that Dr. Rogers, and if you have not checked out her books, please check out her digital books, okay? They will teach you a lot about being visible. And so many of us have talked about being visible this afternoon. But please make sure you stay visible. But the thing is, it takes a lot of time to stay visible, build your brand, get your name out there, write the emails, respond. It is a lot, but there's help. Okay. So while you're building your business, the great thing that you can do is start thinking smarter. Thinking smarter is not just, oh, okay, I finally figured it out. We have artificial intelligence now. We've been had artificial intelligence. And just like Yvonne said about that fax machine, even when they were building things like that, guys, we have been using technology for the longest. So if you're not sure about AI, use it. I was able to build my website, complete website, using AI. I was able to use it. Now I can take it and clone myself where it actually produces things for social media for me. And I can do that within my sleep. So now my business is starting to work for me, not where I'm like a puppet. I'm pulled here, I'm pulled there. Now, granted, just like Dr. Rogers say that people need people and we need each other. So I still get on my social media and I let them see me as a person, but I don't have to do it all the time. I can even take one video and take it and make multiple videos using AI. All right. So, like I told you before, who I am. So, let me tell you a little story about how all of this came about. And some of you may have heard my story and some of you may have not. And that's okay if you have. But I was a high school dropout. I dropped out in the 11th grade and I drove garbage trucks. I'm not talking about the cute little garbage trucks that that go and pick up the business cans. No, I'm talking about jumping off of the back of a truck, going to pick up trash, wheeling it back. I'm only 5'3", and At the time, I probably weighed like 130 pounds, and sometimes the cans probably weighed more than me. And I will pull those trash cans, but I was doing it to feed my family. So one day I was at a restaurant with my daughter, and I really couldn't afford to pay the bill. I had to check not one account, not two accounts, but three bank accounts just to see if I can afford a $50 meal. And to me, that was my rock bottom. So I knew I had to do something different. I knew that this was the last straw for me. And even though it was just $50, that was a game changer to me. So moving forward, I decided I wanted to start my own business. But there again, like I said before, it was taking up so much time of my life where I felt like that this is not giving back to my family. I'm taking more away. But then when I started to use AI to help me to implement things, now guess what? I get to go fishing with my daughter, with my 6-year-old, and my husband. I get to take those vacations that I want to do. I get to continue as an educator because, yes, I am a 5th grade teacher. I'm at work right now. So I get to do those things that I really and truly love because I have my systems to work for me. So that's where the thinking smarter comes in at. Okay, let's keep going. All right, let's check and see who my people are. As your business is growing, and here, I don't care if you're a man or you're a woman. And I heard even, what's his name? Lenny, he was talking about how he basically live in 2 different states. Raise your hand or put it in the chat if you are carrying a lot. And even though I still have AI to work for me, I still do. I still carry a lot. As a person, just like it used to be, like in the 90s and the 80s, and I'm sure probably even far beyond that, we was never really as busy as we are today, but we are super busy today. So there's things going on within your house. Like Miss Yvonne was saying, her husband is going to the ER, but guess what? She's still here. We are busy. Nancy even mentioned, she said, life be life. And right, Nancy? So we have a lot of things that's going on. We have a lot of responsibilities. Why not do something that's going to help to take something off of your plate? So now you have these wonderful ideas to turn them into income. You may say, Yolanda, how are we going to do that? Or how I'm going to scale, or how I'm going to do all of the things? Artificial intelligence. It could be as simple as sending that email. I also help teachers. I help people where I would take a picture of them. Like, used to be where you have to go to a studio or pay for someone to do your portfolio, do your pictures. You can do it yourself. Take a picture of yourself, take a picture, send it to whatever platform you decide to use. I am a Chat GPT girl, so that's just what I use. I use it and I get it to mock me up to do certain things, and I'm learning from it. Now, one of the things I will like to tell you about the thinking smart process is because don't use it more so as a crutch. Use Chat GPT or Gemini or whoever it is that you use to educate you. If it's not making you smarter, you're not using it correctly. I have several different businesses now. There again, my business primarily work for me. I have women with power, and with women with power, I am more so of a connector. So I connect with various businesses, and we get the help that whichever woman, whoever person, man, or whoever, whatever services, whatever support that they may need. And I started out with 3 businesses, only 3 businesses that I was connected to. But there again, using AI to grow my strength, to strengthen my portfolio, I'm able to work with a plethora of businesses and not with just in my state, across state lines now. So I partner with Wells Fargo, with VA Rep. I partner with some of the local communities, even Dr. Rogers. We work together. So there's a lot of things that has come along from me just putting my things out there and making it and becoming the smarter businesswoman that I am. So are you all with me? You understand what I'm saying here? How you can use it to make yourself smarter? Okay, absolutely. Thank you so much. I'm just checking in, making sure I have my people with me. All right. So now this is like the buy back your time. We all know that no one has more time than the other. We all have the same amount of time. Now, it used to be where I will wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I will go to my office by 4. So the first thing I will do, I get up, I get on my knees, I say my prayers, I thank God for the day. I also ask Him for clarity on what needs to happen today. Then I go into my office. I will go and work for maybe an hour, hour and a half, go take a shower, get dressed, and go to work as a teacher. Leave from that job, come home, cook my dinner for my family. Before my daughter goes to bed, I spend a couple of minutes with her and go right back into the office and finish working. When I tell you, I was exhausted. I mean, exhausted. And I kept telling my husband, I say, we've got to figure out a better way to do this, or my business won't be able to sustain. I can't do this. Like it's really and truly too much. And so now I have created AI agents that help me, where they do some of the tasks. They do some of this. They respond to the email. They may answer the phone. They may do the scheduling. I even have it one is in the alpha phase right now, where he's going to create like websites for people to help to take that load off of your plate. But there is power in AI. And listen, we are not tech savvy people. Okay, well, my husband, he's a tech person, but I'm not. Remember, high school dropout. So I didn't have that in my background. I had no idea. I just started. I knew that I wanted to succeed better than failure was the option. That's what I knew. There again, when I checked that account and I couldn't feed my daughters on a $50 bill, I wanted the thing more than I was scared of failing. Does that make sense? I knew that I had to do it. There was no other option. Okay. So there again, think smart, build smart, live fully. That's just the bottom line. If you do those 3 things, the outcome will be your desires. If it's you want to spend more time with your children, more time with your husband, more time vacation, whatever your goal is, or whatever is your why, I always like to say, what is your why? Why are we doing this? Why are we really doing it? Is it for the money? You want to make 6 figures? You want to make 7 figures? For me, it was freedom. I really enjoy my family. I am enjoying my time here on this earth because, as we all know, we all going to have a time where we won't be here. So to me, building this business and the other businesses, it was solely for to be able to spend that quality time with my children that I so enjoy every day. So think about, why are you doing what you're doing?
Yeah. Let's hear it.
Say that again.
I was going to say, let's hear it for Yolanda, a woman with power, clearly.
Yes.
Who has chosen, to make her passion her purpose and share with others. We all want to design our businesses, to support our best lives and what we truly
Thank
desire.
you. Thank
Yes,
you. Thank you.
yes,
Thank
yes.
you.
Let's hear it. Celebrate for Yolanda. And
And here's
Yolanda,
my information. Thank you,
perfect. That's what
ladies.
I was just going to say. Make sure you drop all your contact information in the chat. And get in touch with her so that you can make your life, your business easier doing what you really wanted to do so that you can do what it is that you love. So thank you all. We are at the end of our time together today. Didn't it go by so fast? Like, oh my goodness, what a wonderful afternoon. Let's thank all of our speakers for everything that they delivered to us today. So celebrate, celebrate, celebrate all the good stuff that's come our way. Thank you to the team, Jasmine and Immaculata. And there was another person behind the scenes that was helping out. Forgive me.
Sandra.
Yep. Sandra, yes, Sandra. And then, of course, Dr. Patricia Rogers, our visibility strategist and our lead host for this event, each and every speaker that has been here, and each and every participant that contributed to the energy, the conversation, and the success of today's event. It's been a privilege to be here with you. Go forth, enjoy this beautiful weekend. Remember to save the chat because it's got all the deliciousness in it. So you want to go ahead and save the chat and then use the trick that we learned on how to turn it into an Excel spreadsheet. Go ahead and do that. And most of all, get out there, be the one, and remember that namaste. The light in me
Can we
sees the
take a
light
few
in me.
photos before we go?
We need more photos?
Yeah, gallery. Let's put our hands up in the air like we just don't
Do
care.
it, girl. Do it. You're in
Thank
charge.
you very much. All right, I'm going to put it in gallery view. And give me your best smile, give me your best wave so that we can take some photos for social media. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
okay. All right, keep smiling, don't stop.
I love everybody's got their screens on. Yeah.
Yes, amazing. Thank you so much. Take one more and then I'll leave you guys alone.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
one more.
All right, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend. Jasmine, anything else we need to do before we wrap up?
No, that's everything. Thank you all so much. It's been wonderful. Learned so much and wish you all the best.
Thank you all. Have a good night.
Thank you. Enjoy your
Bye,
weekend,
everyone.
Have a good
Good
weekend.
night.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye for now.
Dr. Pat.